Such a Nerd Podcast.
Matt Damon.
Fuck you, asshole.
I'm going down south, I'm gonna have myself a time.
Friendly faces everywhere, humble folks without temptation.
Going down south, I'm gonna leave my woes behind.
Ample parking day or night, people spouting party never.
Heading on up south, I'm gonna see if I can't unwind. So come on down south, I can meet some friends of mine.
Hello there.
I'm David, I like to interrupt things.
Jesus Christ, you blew everything up. Can we get past the first second without that?
Hell no.
Hi, I'm David.
I'm Josh, I guess, today.
Matt Damon.
I'm Kirk. He's Kirk, he's back.
Woo!
2 weeks in a row. Jesus, you did it again.
Fuck it. We'll do it live.
We just did it live, and we're back. This is the second week of August.
Fuck you, asshole.
It's second week.
We'll go second week.
Yeah.
All right, we're almost back to football, which is going to be on this show.
Woo!
We're going to talk about a team that everybody loves. No.
Lions?
Aw.
Lions. You know what? All that shit with the lion in Africa, you've heard all about that? It's all over
God.
Facebook. Yeah.
It's everywhere.
Somebody was like, a lion gets shot in Africa, everybody loses. Or no, they were like, these lions get beat every year, and they showed the picture of the Detroit Lions, and they were like, this lion gets shot in Africa, and everybody loses their mind.
I got the joke as soon as you started talking about it.
That was a good
It makes
one.
me smile. Lions have gotten a lot better over the past few years, though.
Yeah.
We'll save that for when football's back. For now, we're going to go into what we do best, which is sitting on
Bullshit.
our asses and bullshitting.
Yeah.
Well, he does much better stuff than we do. We just,
Oh, totally.
we sit on our ass and bullshit.
No, I mainly sit on my ass and bullshit, but I just do that at work too.
All right, well, there you go.
Fair enough.
This is the Sit on Your Ass and Bullshit podcast. All right.
So, first thing we have to open up with is thanks to the listeners.
Hey, guys. Thanks.
Yeah, we got to number 15.
Oh, dude, that was crazy.
That was awesome.
I wonder how we're going to do in this new category now that we've shifted ourselves.
Yeah, we moved from games and hobbies to games and hobbies.
Video games.
Who
All
knew
right.
that was an option?
I didn't.
No, neither did I.
Maybe
I found
we
it on there.
should've-
I was like, hey, we should have been doing this from the start.
Maybe we should have looked harder.
But no, it was awesome. So the highest we'd been up to that point was like number 27.
Yeah.
And it just kept going and going and going. We got up to number 15, so it was awesome.
We had people in Russia listening. That was crazy.
That was crazy. Somebody in Russia listened. Somebody in Canada listened.
Hey, you guys randomly listening, leave a fucking review. Please.
Please. So I've got a little story for you before we get into everything.
Oh, is it a fantasy fiction?
No?
Oh, then fuck off.
Okay.
Okay.
Never mind. Moving on.
No, story. Tell me.
I had some editing woes this past week.
Oh, really?
Let me tell you about this. So as I'm going through and editing everything,
Uh-huh.
I noticed it's moving slower and slower, like the further I get into editing. So I would change one thing and then save, change one thing and then save. So sometimes when I would go to save, it would get hung up for like 30 seconds or so, and I'm like, this isn't good. So I hit I got to the end, I hit the button to export to MP3.
Yeah.
Definitely froze. Would not do anything, would not Control-Alt-Delete, wouldn't do anything.
Oh,
I reset the computer,
yeah.
fucking Windows wouldn't load.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a fucking bitch.
And I was sitting there, and I like my head in my hands, and Amy was like, what's wrong? And I'm like, the computer won't load. She's like, oh my god, all of our pictures on there? I'm like, that shit is fine. All of our podcast stuff is on there. I was like, if we lose that, we're fucked.
Sometimes you gotta float up Shit's Creek.
Yeah, so lots of fun editing last week, not really.
Did you get it figured out?
Well, obviously
apparently
I
you
did.
did, actually, because we were recording.
So for some reason, it kept trying to boot from the CD drive, even though nothing was in the CD drive. So I had to go in and actually disable the CD drive in setup, and then tell it to boot from the regular hard drive. And then it worked, but I don't know why I did that.
Who knows?
Eh,
These newfangled computers, man.
I know. Who invented this shit?
I don't know.
All right.
I was gonna try and throw it out like I knew, and then I realized I don't. No.
Something I keep meaning to talk about over the last couple of weeks, and I keep forgetting to add it in, so I was like, fuck it, I'm going to put it right up front so I remember to talk about it.
Your sexuality.
Close.
Ah.
I might question it after this.
There would be no sadness if we were
Jamie Lee Curtis went to Evo.
Yes, she did, and she was dressed as fucking Vega.
She cosplayed as Vega at Evo. How awesome is that?
That's pretty crazy. I didn't realize she was a part of the community.
I know, right? She was like, went to Evo, had a great time, and she had a picture of her Vega mask that she was wearing, and I was like...
Smart lady.
That is fucking awesome.
Yeah, FGC, man.
That's
Can't fuck with it.
becoming... Well, like, some other events like San Diego Comic-Con, a lot of stars are doing that now. They'll go cosplay as other characters. So they can go and enjoy everything and be incognito. Without
having to deal with assholes being like, oh my god! So yeah,
I think the best one was Bryan Cranston cosplaying as Walter White.
Whoa.
Yeah.
He did?
He went to San Diego Comic-Con as Walter White. He was wearing like a rubber mask of Walter White. So he got up on the panel and everybody's like, what the fuck is this? And then he took his mask off and it's really him. And like, it was just like, holy shit, like... All these people have like, hey, I just got pictures with that guy who's cosplaying, and it turned out to actually be him.
That's right. Now, say my name.
Heisenberg.
You're goddamn right.
Fucking weird.
That's crazy. I gotta look that up later.
It's pretty good.
I'll check it on break.
All right.
No, you won't.
No, I won't.
Shout out to Gary.
Shout out to Gary.
Gary went with us to Dragon Ball Z Resurrection F.
Yes.
We had a lot of fun.
That was awesome.
We're going to talk about that a little bit later, but we wanted to give Gary a shout out.
Nah, we take it back. No shout out to Gary this week.
You're going to ruin our streak
if
you do that.
Shout out to Gary. Shout out to Kirk.
I'm sitting right here.
Oh, shit.
Shall we get into news?
We'll get... Do I gotta stop?
This fucking thing's broken.
Jesus. Somebody fix the news machine.
We got a Deadpool teaser trailer.
There was a teaser, and then a teaser, and then the trailer, and all of them were fucking amazing.
Weren't they?
Yep. I was happy.
Yes. So
Did you see the Deadpool?
I saw the teaser trailer and the trailer to the trailer. I've not yet to find the freaking trailer.
The trailer's up everywhere, dude. It is so good. Oh my god. Everything about it is...
What we're going to do, we're going to check it on break.
We actually will check this on break, because this is fucking awesome, by the way.
I'm touching myself tonight.
Yeah, so they were like, it had epic, voiceover guy, and he was like...
It was so good.
From the studio that inexplicably sewed his fucking mouth shut.
I was so happy.
It was awesome. So
they did
yeah, that was
everything right so far by Deadpool. I'm so happy about how this project's coming.
So we got that, and then the next day we got the actual trailer.
Fucking great.
Fucking phenomenal.
I mean, that is one of the best trailers I've ever seen.
The one thing I'm waiting for is a trailer reaction video from Deadpool.
How does that work?
Would that not be amazing?
I guess you could use the Nolan North Deadpool.
No, Ryan Reynolds Deadpool.
He's already seen it. He was in it.
No.
No, you just want like a mock-up, basically?
Yeah. He's like, holy shit, look at Deadpool doing all this crazy shit. Oh my God.
I want Nolan North to do it because he voiced Deadpool for the Deadpool game.
Alright, well, I guess we can have that.
He actually did a fantastic job. It was not his fault. That game was shitty and repetitive.
No, it was not his fault.
But he did a great job as Deadpool. Would I want him in the movie? No.
No.
I love you, Nolan North, but go back to Uncharted, you fucking asshole.
Other movie news. We're getting another Nightmare on Elm Street reboot.
The re-reboot.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah. So, news of this came out earlier in the week. So, they are planning another Nightmare on Elm Street reboot. Right now, they're just working on the script, so they haven't started production or casting or anything, but...
That face says it all.
I don't want to talk about the other reboot just yet, because I have a feeling it's going to pop up later in the show. Maybe, possibly.
Uh-oh. Speaking of what's popping up. Sorry, continue.
But yeah, they're planning another reboot. That's pretty much the reaction I
Yeah, the
had.
exasperated sigh is just stop rebooting reboots and everything else.
I agree.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right.
Think of something original,
If you're going to
assholes.
reboot something, give Fantastic Four back to Marvel and let them do it right.
We were just talking about that.
Right before you got here.
All right, that's awesome. Yes.
So,
I'm sure that's in the notes, isn't it?
Oh, it's absolutely
Then
in the
I'm
notes.
waiting.
I don't know, maybe. We got a lot of news to get through. Who wrote this bullshit?
Some jackass.
I know, right?
I should kick him in the balls.
Probably.
I'm looking at your balls, by the way. That
Kurt,
didn't sound
did
right.
you hear that? He's looking at your balls.
I'm good with it.
Kirk wrote that. God damn it.
Universal is having the best year in the history of film.
Wow.
So we are 8 months into the year. They have 5.53 billion with a B in sales.
Wow. Can I have some money?
Their two closest competitors are Warner Brothers and Disney, who each have just over $1 billion. So just to tell you how good of a year they're having, the two of them combined wouldn't equal half of what Universal's done so far this year. So take that, all you illegally downloading streamer people.
Wow. Well, good luck with your company, and I'm sorry about all the executives who are going to die on overdoses of cocaine and strippers. All right.
Probably.
Most likely. There you go. You?
I call dibs on it.
All right. He's like, I call dibs on the money.
Hey, if they're gone, I get the money, right?
Bad Boys 3 and 4 are a thing.
I understand 3, but not 4. Are they? Do they have a script even ready?
Apparently the script is good for 3. They're working on 4, so they have dates. Bad Boys 3, apparently they want to have out February of 2017. 4, they want to have out July of 2019, for 4 fucking years away.
Wow, they really like Will Smith.
And Martin Lawrence, I guess?
And apparently Will Smith's family has to work, because at some point his kids are going to be in that movie.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
They're going to be in, what is it, Suicide Squad? So they might as well be in Bad Boys also.
Yeah, they'll be in Suicide Squad.
It's not far off.
No, I already said, fucking the boy is going to be the Joker, and the girl is going to be Batgirl.
Well, it's like you predicted with Batman vs. Superman. Now, apparently, there's a greenlit trilogy.
Yeah.
Oh, imagine that. He's going to star and direct.
Yeah, it's going to be good times.
You called it out. Fucking goddamn Ben Affleck.
So the Fantastic Four.
Yeah, this is great.
I'm leaving.
The Fantastic Four is getting clobbered
Oh,
in reviews.
Way to work that.
It's clobbering time.
Yeah, I know, right?
Good
See
job.
what I did there?
It's
Oh, I just
clobbering
got
time.
that.
It's clobbering. No, 9% on Rotten Tomatoes.
It's worse than Batman and Robin.
That's fucking saying
That says something right there. I'm glad it's getting butchered, because maybe they'll be like, we should just give up our rights. Just give it back to Marvel. We can't figure out how to make this movie.
So here's the thing, is that Fox already has a sequel planned to be released in 2 years.
Nope, not going to happen.
I
Guaranteed.
agree, not going to happen. I feel like they... It's difficult to say, because the director, Josh Trank, he did Chronicle. Did you see Chronicle?
Really? You're going to ask? No, I haven't seen Chronicle. Isn't this a running game?
Chronicle. I like Chronicle.
I liked it. I thought it was
Chronicle
great.
good?
Yeah, I thought it was really good.
For a found footage movie, it is really good.
Yeah. So it's about,
I think it's in a top 10 Mojo list for the what he said, found footage films.
It's a found footage film. It's about these kids who find superpowers, or they find this alien thing that gives them superpowers. And the whole movie is basically them learning how to control these powers, and then it all boils down to one giant-ass fight.
One dude's a dick and wants to be like,
yeah,
I should
exactly.
be able to kill people.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I thought it was really good. I liked it a lot. So when he came to this, I was like, all right, right on. I can get behind this because he's the director. Halfway through production, you hear about, oh, we don't really want this guy here, and he's getting drunk all the time. Then you hear, well, he's getting drunk all the time because the studio is basically making the movie. He doesn't have anything to do. So just a fucking mess from the start. And then, as I was telling you, I was actually going to take one for the podcast. I was going to go see the movie and, come back and do a review on how it was. And then the moment I was like, it was Tuesday, and they were like, all right, Fox has put a gag order on all reviews on this movie until Thursday. And I was right there. I was like, ugh.
And it was so bad that some companies are like, I don't give a fuck what you say. I'm releasing our review.
Yeah. So, yeah, 9% on Rotten Tomatoes.
How do you go out of your way to make a movie that
I
bad?
think you have to.
Did you see the Roger Corman version of Fantastic Four?
Yeah.
Well, people were even saying that is more watchable than this was.
Wow.
This is being quoted as the worst Fantastic Four movie of all.
Yeah.
So,
Damn it, I gotta go see it.
no, you don't.
Yes, I do.
Why?
My wife wants to see it.
Your wife wants to see it.
Yes.
Show her the reviews. Even Josh stepped back after he saw the numbers.
Well, hey, enjoy your new Artifact statue.
No, unfortunately, the Marvel movies are exempted from it.
Oh.
Or-
And since they put a big Marvel right on the front of the the title.
Well,
I'm gonna veto this, and you're gonna get your artifact statue.
Nice.
All right.
he's going to work it for you. We're going to make a campaign.
Apparently, there's a script going around for a Pez movie.
Pez. What?
So now that we have an emoji movie coming out, we're also going to have a Pez movie in the works.
When do we get our condom movie? I want Trojan.
So-
what did you say a couple weeks ago? Show's over. We're done.
Yeah, that's it. I'm leaving.
We're done. No, I guess anything with a face can have a movie now, I guess.
No, that's not true because even Battleship had a game or a movie.
Battleship did have a game.
It did have a game. It was a goddamn. Shut up, Josh.
All right.
All right.
Something that's going to hurt your soul a little bit.
Oh, don't do that.
Pixels made its money back.
He's going to make another one.
No, it's like 5% over what they made.
No,
for
I mean,
it,
he's
so.
just going to make another movie in general.
Oh, yeah. You can't stop. Like Adam Sandler, you can't stop him.
He made his money back, and then he made enough to buy some fucking coffee. So he's going to start a new script.
One thing I did want to bring up that I keep forgetting to bring up, when we went and saw Ant-Man, we saw a trailer for Everest.
Everest.
Looks really good.
Never heard of
I gotta
it.
say. So it's based on a true story. It's about hikers that go up Mount Everest. They get to the top. Right when they get to the top, this huge storm rolls in. So they have to traverse down the side of Mount Everest to get to base camp through this storm.
All right, sweet. Double no.
Looked really good.
Oh, okay. Double yes?
Double yes.
All
Yeah.
right.
The Martian with Matt Damon also looked pretty good.
Matt Damon.
That's because Matt Damon looks pretty good.
Well, yeah, but that's besides the
You
point.
kind of look like Matt Damon.
Thank you.
Matt Damon.
Matt Damon.
Matt Damon.
Matt Damon.
So it's about a team of astronauts that go to Mars. Something happens on Mars. They have to leave right away. Matt Damon gets left behind because they think he's dead.
Matt Damon.
They get a transmission like 5 years later from Matt Damon, and
Matt Damon.
he's like, hey, somebody come rescue me. I'm still here. So then they start this mission to bring him back home. I wanted to bring it up for you because music done by Harry Gregson Williams.
No shit.
Yes, sir.
Oh, hell yeah. I'm glad
So-
he found a job after Metal Gear.
For those of you who don't know, he did all the soundtracks for Metal Gear. So there you go.
It's been like a big body of his work for a long time.
Absolutely.
So that's really awesome because he's fucking amazing.
Shall we go on to game news?
There's more news?
There is more news. Who wrote this shit?
Can we just kick you in the balls and walk away?
Game news. PS4 has sold 25 million units. Xbox One has sold 13 million. Pretty much.
I am the Xbox One generation. I'm entitled to what I get. Give me free games and I'll bitch about them.
So PS4 had a 350% increase quarterly from the previous quarter.
How did that happen?
I don't know.
They
That
haven't
is-
released any.
They really haven't. And I was looking at the games coming up, and I was like, Xbox One could make up some ground. They have Halo coming out, Gears of War coming out, Tomb Raider's coming out, Cuphead's coming out.
Hell yeah.
So they could definitely make up some ground here on the PlayStation 4. 'Cause PS4, other than Street Fighter, it doesn't have
I think
anything.
it pretty much is just, it came down to something like Mortal Kombat came out. That's a huge fucking game. People
Yeah.
are looking at what's better or who has what. PlayStation 4 had a larger install base. Of course people are going to go right to that.
Yeah.
Because PlayStation, when it comes to exclusives, there's nothing right now.
I mean, I got a PS4 instead of an Xbox One because number one, I didn't want the fucking Kinect.
Yeah. Well, it's gone now. so-
Well, now it's gone, yeah. But I didn't want the Kinect. I'm not worried about my console being an all-in-one entertainment experience.
Sorry, but that is pretty fucking cool.
I just
said
wanted-
fucking.
I know.
Alright, sweet.
You're from fucking Dutch.
I'm from
land,
fucking
yeah.
Dutchland.
No, I'm not worried about that. I just wanted to fucking play games. So that's why I got a PlayStation 4.
I got both, so I don't give a fuck either way.
Alright, well, fuck you.
I have an Atari.
Hell yeah! Is it fucking 1080p? Can it stream?
Can you
videos?
imagine a 1080p Atari?
Yeah, it'd be god awful.
Those squares are fucking straight.
There's just some straight fucking lines right there.
We got some Metal Gear Solid 5 gameplay.
Metal Gear.
Did you see the gameplay trailer?
Yes.
Okay.
Otacon.
What'd you think?
Awesome.
I agree.
I'm
So,
so stoked for that game. Next month. It's not even a month away anymore.
the one thing I was worried about with Metal Gear Solid 5 is that the story is straight up like serious and straightforward. I was worried because the Metal Gear games have always had that little bit of tongue-in-cheek humor in it.
Yeah.
And we hadn't really seen that up until this gameplay trailer. So now I'm like, okay, I can relax a little bit.
Well, not entirely. In the last trailer they released back in, I don't remember what it was, but they showed basically a mission, and they showed him lifting out a cow to join his team, and at the end, he gets into the CQC sequence, and he's holding the dude in a chokehold, and he pulls out a thing, and he's like, selfie. So I was like, alright, this is going to be right on par with Metal Gear.
Gotcha.
So I was never worried.
Yeah, September 1st.
I'm excited.
I'm totally excited.
My
Let's
balls
do
are
this.
ready.
SNK got purchased by a Chinese investment firm.
That's bad.
I think that's bad, but China did just lift their ban on all their...
the video game ban.
Yeah, the video game ban.
Console ban.
You couldn't buy any consoles from outside the country.
You could do PC, but you couldn't do console.
Yeah. So I think that's the first step in...
Race.
That's the first step in China trying to get into the to the whole console scene. So,
well, as long as they make King of Fighters 14, I'll be happy.
I was gonna say, if they're gonna make King of Fighters, then let's fucking do it.
Hell yeah!
We got some WWE 2K16 gameplay, which
Hell
you clued me into. Here's my thing with the WWE games.
WWE.
On the WWW.
They always increase the graphics, which is fine. It's great. It's a welcome
Standard.
change. But they always introduce a feature or two, which is good, and then next year take it away. So they do the same thing that Madden does. They're like, oh, we have increased running AI, and look at all these different moves you can do, and then you go play next year, and all that shit's gone. And then they bring it back like 3 years later, and like, oh, we got this new thing. Like, that's what Madden does.
Yeah.
2K16 does the same, or WWE does the same shit.
Well, it's technically a sports game. Sports entertainment game.
But no, they do the same shit. So you used to have the ability to create a storyline, they took it away, now they're bringing it back like it's this brand new feature, and it's fucking not.
It's Terminator.
Yeah.
Welcome back, Terminator.
Angry Birds 2 came out.
I don't give a fuck.
That's a thing.
Yeah. I don't play games on my phone.
20 million downloads its first day.
Wow.
Yeah.
I guess we missed the hype train. Should we get on the hype taxi? I don't...
and catch up to the train? I don't know. Vega was announced for Street Fighter V.
Fuck yeah. Apparently he's not going to be charged.
He's not charged.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about that.
They're saying he might be charged in the end. They're testing it to figure it out.
I can't imagine Vega being played as a quarter circle, half circle character.
Well, that's the problem, is he might come off as overpowered because he doesn't have any wait time to do anything.
Yeah, exactly.
And as I just got displayed, fuck Vega. So,
I don't know what you're talking about.
would you like some more salt for my wounds, sir?
David's a little bit salty because I just walked him like 9 games in a row.
Why don't you shut the fuck up?
Dota 2 tourney this past week. Did you catch any
Still
of it?
going on.
It is still going on.
It was when I left. I kept checking in occasionally. Yeah, I was watching a little bit of it.
So I really wanted to bring it up because...
EG is doing some work.
Yes, they are. Evil Geniuses is doing it. I really wanted to bring it up because they have an $18 million prize pot.
Holy fuck. Are you kidding?
I am not kidding. So take that, every parent ever who said you would never get anywhere by playing video games. Fuck you. Jesus Christ. $18 million.
You're being hateful as fuck. It's like, fuck you.
Dude.
We're trying to stay up and play video games. No, it's never going to get you anywhere. Go to bed.
Exactly.
Fuck you.
Go outside and play with bugs. It'll teach you things. Will it win me $18 million?
It'll teach you you're allergic to that fucking bug.
Oh yeah, StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void is still a thing. That's still coming out.
And apparently isn't going to be compatible with the other two from what I heard. So if you want to play the multiplayer online, you got to buy the new one.
Oh, of course you do, because they waited 4 fucking years to bring it out.
Bunch of fucking assholes. Ever since fucking Activision got involved, dude.
Dude, it should have just been a fucking expansion in the first place. But then, A, they wait 4 years to bring it out. B, just, what the fuck?
What do you think about StarCraft?
I gave up on StarCraft years ago.
That game's fucking hard.
I gave up. My World of Warcraft is usually when you're deployed, and then you kick back into it because you have nothing else to do for the next year.
I would go back to World of Warcraft if I could. I don't have the time for it.
I don't. I would love to get back.
Oh, it's probably not in the news. They released information for the new expansion.
Yeah, fuck that.
More information. Biggest level jump in an expansion yet.
Well, apparently, you can also pay somebody to level up your character.
Yeah.
They basically control your character for however long you want to pay them, and then they turn it back over to you, and now you're this invincible thing.
Well, I just lost interest. Way to go, assholes.
No,
Everything you used to ban, you now do.
I wanted to get back into playing A Realm Reborn again. And I just don't have the fucking time. Because they brought out the new expansion. It's doing great. Everybody loves it.
Knights... something?
Heaven's Ward.
Heaven's Sword. I think it was something with a sword.
But, yeah, I just don't have the fucking time to play it.
I miss those games.
Yeah, I do.
Fuck, man. Alright, show's over. I'm going to play World of Warcraft. Can I go?
Mighty Number 9 got delayed again.
Oh, imagine that.
Yeah, it's getting delayed to 2016 this time, so...
Jeez.
I was super stoked because I was like, oh, Metal Gear 5 comes out it's fucking September 1st. Mighty Number 9 comes out September 14th. I'm going to be set for September. Holy shit. Not coming out.
What's his name? Inafune?
Yeah.
I don't think I pronounced that properly at all.
They did. Inafune.
Oh, damn. I'm fucking awesome. He gets a lot of shit put on his plate, apparently.
I don't know why he doesn't work at Konami anymore.
He never worked at Konami. He worked at Capcom.
Well, whatever. You know what I mean.
Mega Man creator. Come
Yeah.
on now. Capcom. It's one of the few respectable titles.
Capcom presents.
Capcom presents Marvel Comics.
Marvel.
Alright, so Mighty Number 9 got delayed. Let's get through this shit. New Battlefront footage. We got space battles. We got to see some of those. Looks awesome. Can't wait.
I want to see Luke's dick.
Attack on Titan game. Did you see that?
No.
Yes.
That scares me.
So, official Chota Boy, the podcast. Mike sent this over.
Best title ever, by the way. We love you.
Attack on Titan. So, I checked it out. Looks pretty good. So, we're going to get a live action movie and a game.
The
coming
live
up
action
shortly.
movie looks fucking awful.
Really?
Yeah.
You thought so? It does
Dude.
look a little bit Dragon Ball Evolution. I'm not going to lie.
The maneuver gear looks fucking stupid. It's so bad to me. I don't like it. They changed way too much.
All
Fuck
right.
them.
Last thing I got for news section.
Oh, it's almost break?
Yeah.
I'm gonna jizz. Alright.
We were all here last week.
We were.
We talked about Ronda Rousey.
Oh, we did. Which, by the way, if I had known that was going to go on as long as it did, I would have probably went home. I think you made it home in time to catch the fight.
Yeah. All 34 seconds of it.
Yeah. So I
was
wanted to
sitting
do
here,
a little bit of reaction for that. So
I was hanging like by a string because we're like, oh, the fight's probably going to be at like 11:30 because, and then we're sitting there at like 1 o'clock and I'm like, what the fuck's going on?
they just kept having fight after fight after fight with people I've never heard of.
We didn't think about the fact it was, what was it, in Brazil?
It was in Brazil.
We didn't think about that, and I'm sitting here going, I just want to see the main event. I ended up falling asleep in
Well,
the chair
not
during,
only
like,
that,
the
but
next to last match.
They had 7 or 8 fights on the card, which normally for a main card, they only have like 5.
Either way, it took fucking forever.
Yeah, the fight didn't start till 1:30, and it was over at 1:30 and 34 seconds.
And it's not the first time I'll say this, but best 30 seconds of my life.
So I wanted to talk about the fight. So what do we all think? So obviously, I think it was pretty much unanimous consensus. We all wanted Ronda Rousey to win.
Oh, yeah.
So what do we think?
Did I not call it out perfectly when
You
I
did.
said, oh, we'll watch it. I got 30 seconds to spare.
Yep.
I was off by 4.
You were off by 4 seconds.
I actually thought it was going to go longer based on what she was saying, that she wanted to just punish her.
Yeah.
So
She shit her pants. She punished her pretty good.
So, yeah, I honestly think she did want it to go on longer because when I went back and watched the fight, there were 2 times where Ronda actually went for a throw and pulled away and was like, oh, fucking no, you're not getting away that easy.
Right.
So, yeah, Ronda ended up knocking her out, which at that point it's like, you can't make it go any longer. She's fucking knocked out.
Oh, I bet she regrets those white shorts now.
Yeah, so... oh, white shorts. Somebody made a meme, so if you don't know, her opponent, whose name I still can't pronounce...
I still can't either. I tried for a minute, and I was like, no, I'm good.
She was wearing white pants. And she got knocked out and shit her pants, which sometimes happens when you get knocked out.
Let's call back. When we were watching the fight, remember how I was like, oh, she's not even going to talk because she lost? That's pretty fucking disrespectful. I forget about Forrest. It's Forrest Griffin, right?
Yeah.
I remember there was a time, I think he was fighting Silva, where after the fight, he just left. He didn't do the interview.
Yeah, he ran
And
off.
he went into, like, an interview on, like, Sirius XM later, and he was like, the reason I left is because he knocked me out so fucking hard I shit my pants.
Yeah.
When I woke up, I was like, I gotta get the fuck out of here. It never even dawned on me that could have happened. And then the next day, you see the memes popping up left and right where these dookie stains.
Yeah, the memes were pretty good. So somebody was like, oh, you talked a lot of shit before the fight. And And I was just like, that's just perfect. I can't say anything other than that. So I wanted to ask, Ronda keeps destroying her opponents in, 16 seconds, 30 seconds.
Is this a who's left?
No, not a who's left, but it's just, is it good or bad, do you think, for the sport as a whole?
For the sport, it's good. Because you're gonna have to find somebody that can step up to her. So, because Misha Tate is already saying she's found her weakness.
Well, she said that last time.
And then you got Cyborg, who's saying that she's going to drop weight now to go fight her.
Which is amazing, because Cyborg said that medically she can't drop down to 135.
Yeah, well, she said her doctor said it would be a terrible decision, and she announced that she's only going to drop down for 3 fights, and then she's done.
Hey, look, stop the steroids, you'll drop the weight. I promise you.
No, I think that it's a good thing that she's doing this because...
All right, well, here's why I wanted to bring it up. Because a lot of people who bought the fight were pissed off because the main event is only 34 seconds.
Yeah, so
they were pissed off when Tyson fought, too, and he did the same thing.
I agree.
That's always going to happen. You can't predict things like that.
So the way I look at it is I'm paying to watch history. Because after this, when she decides... I hope she fights for another 5 years, and I hope she retires undefeated. Because there's probably not going to be anybody else like her for a long, long time, if ever.
And she has, no competition, basically, except for people who talk and shit. That's all it is.
I think it's amazing, because even, when you look at Anderson Silva, when he was beating people, he was still taking, 3, 4, 5 rounds to do it in most cases. She's doing it in 30 fucking seconds.
Yeah, she rarely gets out of round 1.
I think she's only been out of round one
once.
time.
And it was with Misha Tate.
Yeah.
Who is now the one trying to say, I know her weakness now. And it's
I'm sure she does. Sure
that's basically what I said when I read it. I was
I'm sure she's going to get her arm broken again.
It turns out if you touch her in the side right at this angle, she just falls.
The weak point is the back of her knee. Whenever we were making out, I would just... All right.
She has no weak point. I don't know what the fuck she's talking about. And
everybody said the weak point was her stand-up, and she just fucking knocked this chick out.
She knocked a brawler out.
Yeah.
So what can you say now?
All right, so we're going to take a break. We're going to come back. We're going to do a review for...
Dragon Ball, which Kirk will have a lot to say about.
Totally.
Sorry, what?
I'm
sorry, I was forced to go on vacation.
It's all right. We'll be back, and Josh, go fuck yourself. Shut up, Josh. Thank you. We're going to talk about Dragon Ball Z Resurrection F. Because Josh is an asshole. You can talk again. You're fine. Go ahead. Talk. Oh my god, this is the day. Hey Kirk, how you doing?
What's going on? I did not see Dragon Ball Z, so I'm out of this conversation.
Alright, well, it's been a great segment. We're going to take a break, and we'll be back with the next segment that I can't see.
Kamehameha!
Yeah, there he is. He's back.
Alright, so yeah, we saw Dragon Ball Z Resurrection F.
With shout-outs to Gary.
Yeah, Gary joined us. That was pretty cool.
It was fun.
Good thing Gary did join us, because we got there 10 minutes before the movie started, and he was like, yeah, there's a bunch of people here, I'm going to go save some seats. And good on him, because we would have been fucked.
Theater was packed.
Theater was packed.
And it was awesome.
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot.
Everything about it was great.
There's a couple things in it that I was kind of worried about. Number one was, how are they going to explain Frieza coming back after all these years?
They did pretty good with it.
I thought they did pretty good. And then I was like, okay, even if Frieza does come back, how is he going to be strong enough to compete with Goku after Goku's been training for all this time? And I thought they did a pretty good job with that as well.
They did, and they also worked that very well into how everything worked.
Yeah.
Towards the end.
Yeah,
I'll say it that way.
Yeah.
Trying to be spoiler free.
Yeah, without any spoilers, but...
So, we'll just go straight into the rating. Best movie ever.
You're going to go right into the rating already?
Fuck yeah.
Alright, best movie ever.
I had a great time with it.
Yeah, I had a really good time. The animation was awesome.
I thought they did better in this movie than they did with Battle of the Gods.
I agree.
So,
the one thing I'll say is you can really, really tell what was hand-drawn and what was computer-generated.
very much so.
That was the one thing that was kind of off-putting a little bit.
It was the same way with Battle of the Gods.
Yeah,
you could easily tell. But I like the fact that they kept the characters from Battle of the Gods in the series, so they weren't just, they're in this movie, it's obviously showing they're going to be a part of Super.
Yeah, and anybody who's ever seen a Dragon Ball movie, you know that basically what happens in the movies have no bearing on what happens in the canon of the show or the manga.
I think in this turnaround, it does.
It will,
because
they've already
this
said
is the whole
it will.
reason.
Yeah.
This is why the series is getting another season.
Yeah.
So, and it's kind of a spoiler, but it's not. If you're a Dragon Ball fan and you know how Dragon Ball goes, the movie is kind of predictable.
Yeah.
But in an awesome way.
Yeah.
I saw everything I was there to see.
So I remember we were sitting there and the movie opened up and you see all these like stuffed animals dancing around.
Yeah, I thought it was just some kind of like weird preview
yeah,
or something.
like some
I was like,
weird logo or something like that was going to pop up, and I actually leaned over to you and I was like, what the fuck are we watching right now? And then you see this little like pupate, like cocoon thing hanging there, and it spins around and you see Frieza's face.
He looks so pissed.
And you're like, oh, I get it. This is his personal hell.
The best part about it was the fact that when it started and I saw him, and I was like, oh, this is the movie.
Yeah.
Oh, we're watching it now. Okay.
Yeah. So they did a pretty good job with that.
It threw me off.
Yeah.
I never knew what Frieza's hell was going to look like.
Well, now you know, buddy.
It's a very happy place.
Yeah.
He is not happy to be there.
So one thing that I said, there's no Goten or Trunks. They're mentioned, but they're not in the movie.
Yeah, also with Yamcha and
Chaozu. Yeah, they're mentioned, but they're not in there.
Everybody in the theater laughed, of course, when TM was like, I didn't bring them because they're not strong enough.
Yeah, pretty much. That guy's a big penis.
He's got a huge dick, dude. I wish I could rev mine up like that.
So another thing I was saying to you was I could have used a little more Vegeta.
Enough with the suspense already! Get on with the blasted story!
Yeah, there should have been. And, it's so hard. I don't think there's a way to say this without spoiling it, so I'm not going to.
Okay.
There should have been more of Vegeta. And, if you look back on the history of the Dragon Ball movies, it always occurs to you that Vegeta's kind of like a throwaway character in the movies.
Him and Piccolo, and that was another thing that I said to you at the end. I was like, I can't wait for them to make Piccolo relevant again, because right now he's an absolute... He's the Yamcha of the series now. He's like completely useless.
He's a throwaway. He's like a Krillin.
If you watch any of the movies, there's always like this epic introduction, and it's normally Gohan getting his ass beat. And then you look up
Piccolo
on
saves him.
You look up on the hilltop and you see Piccolo standing there with his cape flopping in the wind, and it's, this like big epic moment, and then he comes in and gets his ass handed to him.
Now, funny thing that we bring this up is because after, like I said, there was, with the Vegeta thing, there's something seems weird about it. So just one day after we watched the movie, I was like, Google, it was like, does Akira Toriyama hate Vegeta? I Googled it. Because I'm super curious about this now. Apparently, it's his least favorite character in the series.
Really?
He says, if what I was reading was correct, it was like a translated article. It basically says, I don't like Vegeta, I don't like him, but he's good for being a plot device. So I use him to move the story forward, but other than that, I really don't like Vegeta.
Huh.
Whereas, contrary to what you were just saying, he says Piccolo is actually one of his favorite characters.
This is amazing! I feel incredible! Yes, 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 yes! I can win! I feel great! I can do this! Ugh.
Interesting, because Vegeta is actually my favorite.
Yeah, that's what's strange. In America, Vegeta is like superstar level.
Yeah, because I enjoy his character arc more than anybody else in the series, because he starts out as just an evil fucking prick. And then he goes
ends up
on
being a good guy who's just a fucking prick.
I will help you because I want you alive, so I can have my shot at destroying you.
and he goes on, he ends up like developing feelings for other people and all this other stuff, and then it gets to the end of the Z series, and he's like, I'm a fucking Earthling who just happens to be a Saiyan. And it's like,
he's basically Goku, but more of a dick.
Yeah.
But he still always wants to beat up Goku.
Yeah. So Vegeta's actually my favorite, but like I was explaining to you, Piccolo hasn't been relevant since fucking Android 17.
No, it's because he's pretty much reached his full potential, according to the series.
Yeah, but then I had my idea. I think they should go with my idea.
Your idea? Go ahead. Spew your idea.
My idea was that they do a Namek collective. So basically, in a storyline in the show should be somebody has found out where the new planet Namek is, and the only way they determine that they can survive is to all fuse into one being. So
yeah,
so
I
like
remember
they
what
have
you're talking about now.
They have Namekian fusion, like Piccolo fused with Nail, and then he fused with Kami.
But he just fuses with every Namekian ever.
Yeah, I want all the Nameks to fuse together, and then whoever that person is fuses with Piccolo, and then you have like one Namek left.
He's the Namekian god.
He's the Namekian collective.
There you go.
Yeah.
I just devoured that whole race.
Yes, you did.
I am the only one.
So yeah, best movie ever.
Yeah, go on.
I agree. So go see it if you haven't seen it. When does the run stop?
When did it stop? It was probably only about an hour and 20 minutes.
No. I mean, they were only doing it for like 7 days, right?
Oh yeah, it's only this week.
Yeah.
Yeah, by the time this is out, when we say you should go see it, it's already gone. So make sure you go see that.
Hopefully you went and saw it. I did see that it's already done more than Battle of Gods did for its whole run.
It is actually doing badass in the numbers.
Yeah.
It's the highest grossing Japanese anime released in a theater.
Awesome.
So
hopefully we'll get more of them.
Yeah, exactly. And I could not believe, off topic, I could not believe Psycho Pass has a movie. It's one of my favorite animes ever.
So we saw that. We saw Attack on Titan.
Which I'm still not excited about.
I'll reserve judgment until I actually see a little bit more of it.
I've watched the whole show. I've never been excited about it once. And the live action, it's butchering the source material. This looks like, it looks like an early comic book adaptation, basically.
Yeah.
It's like, we've done this so many times here in America where we've learned how to actually make it work. This looks bad. Everything about it I don't like. The story changes, the characters appearing early in the series, certain characters not being in it, the way the walls were built and everything is not... I don't like it. I don't like the special effects. I did like the way the Titans look, but in the end, everything else, I don't like it. I'll watch it. I'm going to tell you how terrible it is.
Well, like I said, I'll reserve judgment until I see more of it, but for Dragon Ball Z Resurrection F, look, if you're not a Dragon Ball fan, you're not... It doesn't have anything that's going to make anybody a Dragon Ball fan. Like, you're either in it or you're out. As far as Dragon Ball movies go, this is one of the better ones.
This is, in my opinion, it might be the best one. I can't think of one I hold
right
higher.
Up there. As much as I don't like Broly, the character, his first
He did have
movie
an
was
epic
pretty
movie,
good. Yeah.
But again, I hated the fact that in the movie they shit on Vegeta.
Yeah, they totally did.
Like, he turns into a complete opposite version of his character.
Yeah.
Everything about Vegeta's part in that movie, especially when he's finally like, alright, I'm gonna fight! And then he just gets his ass beat, and it's like, why? What was the point of any of that?
Yeah, so, I mean, that movie's pretty good,
Toriyama just wants a real-life Vegeta to sit in his toilet so he can just shit on him. That's what I feel.
Alright, go watch Resurrection F if you haven't seen it.
Best movie ever. Any standout moments to you that really clicked?
Yeah, I can tell you my favorite movie.
My favorite move.
My favorite part of the movie was the 1-inch punch.
I cannot believe they did that, and
that
I laughed
was
so fucking hard.
Awesome.
Yeah, that was great. If I had a standout point, I have two, at least. One, I was completely correct about what I thought. I'm not going to say what it was, but I told you about it because I was like, I got to use the bathroom, but I know this is about to happen. There's no chance. I got to go.
There was no build up to that at all.
I literally ran out of the theater to go to the bathroom because what I expected to happen happened.
Yeah.
I was completely correct. I was so happy.
Yeah.
Another standout. Oh, I just lost it. That's terrible.
No, I really like the 1-inch punch because I didn't see it coming, and then when he goes to do it, I was like, I was like, what the hell is he going to do? And then he does it. Like, alright, Goku 1-inch punches Frieza, and it's fucking phenomenal.
It was great, and I laughed so hard.
Yeah, it was great. So yeah, go see the movie.
other than that, I guess we're going to go to break.
Yes.
We are going to come back to talk about past versus the present.
Remakes versus originals.
In any of these cases, were they reboots? I don't remember. Is it just remake?
Well, yeah, because Ninja Turtles is a reboot.
True. All right. It's we'll just call it past versus present.
Yeah, why not?
We're bringing it from old school movies to new school movies. So let's see which school wins. Rival schools. Great game.
Marty, we got to get back to the future.
From the producer, hell-bent on taking all the fun out of your childhood toys, comes the reboot that somehow gets the spirit of the four heroes right, but absolutely nothing else.
We will drain every last ounce of their blood, even if it kills them.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. The Turtles are back, and they're scary as shit. Meet these four roided-out nightmare versions of Shrek, with some of the most needlessly complicated backstories of all time, where they were born in the lab of April O'Neil's father, making them April's childhood pets.
They were my childhood pets, and they were named after Italian Renaissance painters.
Who she tries to save in a fire, then immediately dumps them down a sewer for some reason, where they're raised by a mutant rat who quickly learned how to become a ninja from reading a book that someone flushed down the toilet? What? What's wrong with you who's falling down the sewer like they did in the cartoon?
Matt Damon.
Don't remind me. I'm angry enough to hurt somebody, and pounding you might just be the therapy I need.
Hey, this is Danny Bonaducci.
I don't have a name. I'm just Josh.
Fix your shirt. I see your belly. All right. And of course, Kirk. Oh, we got Flashed. The Flash. It's a great movie.
Yeah.
Is it a movie? It's a show.
It will be a movie soon.
I never fucking watched it. I don't watch shit. If you aren't anime, I'm not watching.
David, you ever seen this movie? Fuck no.
Oh, did you watch the new Dragon Ball? Fuck yeah. Obviously,
so
anime.
We're back to talk about remakes versus originals. So as we
remakes or reboots.
Remakes or reboots, as we just said. So past versus present.
Past versus present. That's what the segment will be called.
I've got my Freddy glove on because we are definitely going to talk about some Nightmare on Elm Street.
I thought you were about to fap.
That would hurt. Jesus.
Poor Freddy. I bet his fucking junk is as scarred as his face.
Good lord, that would hurt. All right.
He's a lefty.
You're just stabbing yourself in the belly the whole time, though.
I know, right?
It doesn't work. Oh, you can lay down.
So the glove's on right now, so when we get to Nightmare on Elm Street, the gloves will come off.
Hey, you forgot the power glove!
Oh, I see what you did there.
Oh.
I fucking hate what you did there, by the way. All right, let's start. First up, round one.
Fight!
What's the fight?
We got Robocop.
Robocop versus Robocop.
Robocop versus fucking Robocop. So
we should have looked up the years on these films.
Nah, fuck that. We'll do it live.
Whoa.
1989 and 2014, 13?
Probably 13. I think 13, yeah.
Wow, it's very close, if he isn't correct.
Yeah, all my friends are sitting in this one room, so...
Hey, you have the same life I do.
So, alright, Robocop. I went into the new one with the exact same mentality that I went into with Terminator Genesis. I was like, look, it's not going to be one or two.
Alright, before you even continue, let me just state, if you're a fan of something and you're going to watch, like, a new version or anything this late in the life cycle, you're always going to go in with a, yeah, no.
I find your lack of faith disturbing.
Except Star Wars. My standards are high, Disney. If you fuck me, I swear to God,
I will find that mouse and cut his
take
fucking
that
ears
mouse.
off.
Oh my God. I will rip Donald's bill off.
Alright, so the original Robocop.
Your move, creep.
Awesome movie.
Awesome movie. Very
Definitely of its time.
Absolutely. Yes, the jokes in there, I'd buy that for $1. Yeah, great stuff.
Special effects don't hold up that well. There's a lot of stop motion.
Yeah, except for when the guy explodes.
That was awesome.
That still holds up pretty well.
And when he gets shot down, that's still pretty fucking cool.
That is a brutal scene, and I'm going to tell you, as a kid, it didn't bother me. I watch
As
it
an
now.
adult, it's like, oh.
Yeah, I'm like, whoa, Jesus.
And didn't it have the villain in that movie? He's so 80s famous.
Yeah, he's the guy from that 70s show.
That's what I thought. Yeah, he's Red in that 70s show.
Dumbass.
Yeah, I don't remember his actual name.
Who does?
Yeah.
He doesn't
Red.
even remember. He's so old now.
So, Robocop, the story of a police officer who dies in the line of duty very brutally.
Brutally.
Oh, beyond brutally.
Comes back
Coming from the officer, he's like, yes, beyond brutally.
Comes back as a cyborg.
Yes.
And
cyborg / human. There's still a human element in this cyborg.
Yeah, so he comes back as a cyborg. Now, their original intent was to erase his memory so he would only know programming, basically.
Yeah.
So that was the original intent, but of course he starts having flashbacks of his family, flashbacks of him being killed.
Yeah.
And he goes against his programming, and he basically goes on a rampage to find the people who killed him.
Yeah.
So that's Robocop.
So he starts hunting down that 70s show's dad.
Yeah.
And turns out the neighbor is fat and lazy with a hot wife.
Dumbass.
What?
Oh, that's that 70s show.
You're confusing genres here.
Yeah.
I'm confusing my life.
So, no, he does find out that the head of OCP was kind of behind a lot of what was going on because...
It was pretty much a part of what got him killed to begin with.
Yeah, he didn't want Robocop to succeed. He wanted the Ed 209 to succeed so then they could supply parts to the military. And one of the best lines in the movie, who gives a shit if it doesn't work?
In the end, Robocop wins. He saves the day.
Yes.
Yay.
So,
down with mega... conglomerates.
Woo!
That's kind of what the idea of the movie is.
Well, he was made by a mega conglomerate, so what does that really say?
He turned around on him and realized how much of an asshole they were.
Dick, you're fired!
Thank you.
No, great movie.
It was a great movie.
Yeah, and one you can still watch today and still get the impact of, and yeah, some of the
You'll
special
definitely
effects
get a
still
laugh
hold up.
out of the special effects.
Yeah, especially when he's falling from the building at the end, and his arms are like 20 feet long for some reason. Yeah.
He Freddy Kruegered the shit out of that.
Yeah, he did.
Nobody walks down an alleyway and scratches the wall when they're 10 feet away from it.
So we get news. I think I first heard the news at like 2010. They were going to do another Robocop.
Reboot Robocop.
So right away you're kind of like, I don't...
Robocop, really? Of all movies.
I don't really know, because the second one was okay, and then the third one was just a pile of dog shit.
The third one was 90s bonkers. That's what I'll call it.
90s bonkers.
Yes, it's got this charm to it, because I actually do enjoy it, but I know it's bad.
It's fucking
I'm
horrible.
not going to say it's a good movie. I know it's bad, but I enjoy watching it.
Yeah.
The third one was...
Oh my god.
I call it 90s bonkers.
Alright. So they're doing this new one. Set photos leak. You see the Robocop costume, essentially. It's all black. It looks like it's made of styrofoam. It looks like shit. So right away I'm like, oh, I'm going to fucking hate this movie. I didn't see it when it got released in theaters. I didn't see it until it came out on video, and I was like, it's Redbox. I'll pay $1 and watch it.
I didn't see it until I think you're the one that told me you should check this out.
No.
Okay.
Just for reference, I saw it in theaters opening night. There were 5 of us in there.
Nice.
Wow, that
Terminator. I probably should have called on to that as soon as I walked in.
Yeah.
It Terminated, because Genesis had, like, when I went there, it was like, opening night, here we go. I was like, okay, anybody want any seat available? Because they're all available.
So, the new one comes out, I watch it, and I gotta say, much better than I thought it was gonna be.
Yeah, I definitely agree.
And
it was weird seeing Batman there.
Yeah,
every time I see him, dude, that's all I can think when I see Michael Keaton.
I'm Batman.
I'm Batman.
I'm Matt Damon.
It's
yeah, how can you not?
Because I didn't know any of the cast. I didn't know anything. I went in fucking fully stupid about the movie and just watched it because I was like, alright, why not?
Yeah, so I think the first thing, this movie is PG-13, the original is R, and it definitely shows.
Yeah.
So this one, Robocop had no qualms about shooting somebody in the face. It was like, whatever, you're a criminal.
Or the junk.
Or the junk, yeah.
Or the junk.
And this one, he had a stun gun, basically.
Yeah.
And it was, the utmost preservation of life sort of deal, which I'm fine with, really. It doesn't bother me.
He's supposed to be a robotic police officer. He's not there to kill.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah.
So I was fine with that part. So it basically starts out the same way. He doesn't get blown apart like he did in the other one. But
oh, God, no.
No, somebody sets a bomb in his car at his home. He goes out to turn the car alarm off. The bomb goes off, and it, blows him up, blows some limbs off. And
the PG-13 way of
PG-13
completely
version.
murdering a motherfucker.
Yeah, pretty much. Which I think they made it clear in this one. He never actually died. In the first Robocop, he fucking died, and they used his organs.
Yeah.
In this one, he never actually died.
They saved his life.
They saved his life, and they came to his wife, and they were like, look, we can
This is how we can save him.
Exactly.
You want him to be alive?
We can put him inside a robot, basically, and you can still have your husband. How about that?
I did like the throwback, even though we knew it was an all-black costume
Yeah.
when it first came out, and they did the throwback to the old silver suit.
I agree. Very nice.
Your thoughts?
I was not a big fan of any of it.
Really?
Oh,
no.
My soul is dying slowly.
No. The only thing I thought was funny is when they said, let him keep the arm, because in the first movie they said, we were able to save his left arm. I thought we said total prosthesis, lose the arm.
Yeah.
Other than that, I just kind of sat there and went, please make this stop.
Wow.
We have different opinions on this then.
Yeah, because all in all, I didn't think it was bad. And when he's sitting, well, not sitting, I think he's like laying against a board or whatever, and they start taking parts off of him because he wants to see what is left of him.
Yeah.
And it's only his head and his spine.
His head, his spine, his lungs, and that's about it.
Yeah. Honestly, if I had to go through a review for it, I'd give it, you hate this, but I'd give it a meh.
Okay.
I thought it was a good movie. Would I go out of my way to watch it? No.
So it also, in addition to Batman, it had Jackie Earle Haley in it, who will be appearing later on the list as well.
He should just be on the podcast. Let's call him.
I didn't buy him as this dictatorish military guy. I just didn't see it.
I thought he did all right. I guess I'm on a third scale. I actually, even though I gave it a meh, I thought it was all put together well. I believed every character was in the position they should have been. They all played their parts well.
Yeah. So what did you think about Alex Murphy? Because this was played by Joel Kinnaman, and I like Joel Kinnaman a lot. He's not a very well-known actor, but I think he's done good stuff.
I actually think they did a great job with him.
I'm trying to be really, really nice about this.
No, just butcher it, dude. That's the fun.
If they had taken the premise and made it not a Robocop movie, some other form of cybernetic war machine type movie, I would have been perfectly fine with it. But the fact that they tried to make that Robocop just doesn't work.
So you're more looking for like the rated R gritty.
I want the rated R gritty. I want him to stand there and look at a woman that he just shot through the skirt and say, "You've been through an emotional trauma. I'm contacting an ambulance." Then turn and walk away.
Yeah. So in the original RoboCop, he started out as more robot and then kind of became human as the movie went on. This one was the reverse.
Yeah, it was the reverse.
He started more human, and they tried to make him more robotic as the movie went on.
He was trying to be ready in time for a demonstration.
Right.
And the only way they could do is basically to try to calculate the human element out of him.
Right.
Which you see changes, of course. He goes home to his family, and they're like, he becomes more and more distant. He starts ignoring them.
Yeah, his son was there, and he was basically like, "Fuck you, there's a criminal over there."
Basically,
That was going to be a subplot of the first one,
where
his wife and kid came while he was sitting in the chair, and she was trying to talk to him and say, "Alex, Alex, it's me," and he basically just said, "Your husband's dead. I'm wearing this face in his honor."
I didn't know that.
No, I didn't know that either.
That's crazy. They need a director's cut. Everything needs a director's cut.
Yeah,
this episode needs a director's cut.
So, no, I mean, and this is going to come up a lot when we talk about this, but the first one is so untouchable that nothing's going to match up to it.
Yeah, it's not like anything on this list is something that isn't a good movie.
Yeah, so, I mean, I would say, based on our rating schedule, I would say best movie ever. Okay. I enjoyed it. I watched it twice.
It's a low best movie ever for you, though.
It is.
Yeah, it's a meh. You can say it, Josh.
No, I don't.
Not even matting. This is worst movie ever.
Damn, we're all three in different places.
Yeah, so I got a best movie ever, a meh, and a worst movie ever.
All right, well, would you watch it again?
I've watched it twice. I would probably, if Amy wanted to watch it because she hasn't seen it, she also likes Joel Kinnaman. I would probably watch it again if she wanted to watch it.
I would watch it again on a lazy day like I had today, where I was just sitting around watching fighting game tournaments all day.
If the remote is all the way across the room, I'll get it.
He's like, no, kill it with fire.
If I can't unplug the TV, I guess I wouldn't break the TV because I want to keep it.
So we're all in agreement, nowhere near the original. But...
No, nowhere near the original.
Okay, all right.
But as it stands, we held the rating system and we see where we all stand with the new one.
Yeah. So now, next up,
should we rate the old one?
Oh, best movie ever.
Best movie ever. All right, good.
All right,
that was quick.
Yeah. So this one, I think, might...
is it going to be tough?
It is going to be tough.
What's next?
Batman 89 versus Batman Begins.
Ooh. That's terrible.
So...
Well, That does it for the show this week. I'm leaving.
This one, see, I didn't want to go the Adam West Batman, even though they had a movie first.
They did, but the popular one was the Tim Burton movie.
Well, I didn't want to go with the Batman Adam West because that is just the epitome of everything I was talking about last week that I don't like about DC. How Batman has a gadget solution for everything, and it really bugs me.
Yeah, the campy Adam West Batman did have it. Would be like, oh, I just happen to have my shark repellent spray.
Exactly.
It's like,
so it's like, the Joker's made mutant werewolf rats. Oh, I just happen to have my Bat mutant werewolf rat repellent spray here.
I got a movie I'm bringing over to you.
Okay.
What? Can we discuss it?
Return to the Batcave. Have you seen this?
No.
What is it?
This is a look back on the TV series. It actually stars Adam West and Burt Ward, where somebody has stolen the Batmobile from a charity thing, so they decide they're going to track it down. And in the course of it, they discuss how the TV show got made, how it got produced, and all the camp of it and everything. Mm-hmm. And they specifically discuss the utility belt, where he says Bat Bomb, Bat Radar, Bat Probe. Yeah.
So it's kind of like a documentary in a movie format.
Yeah, and it actually
That's pretty cool.
It actually is really cool. I'll bring it over next time.
I definitely got to check that out.
You know, there's a game on PlayStation 1. It's a casino game. It's called Golden Nugget, but it has a story mode in it. And in it, somebody has stolen this computer chip, and Adam West is one of the characters in there. And he's trying to help you figure out who stole it. And you go into his hotel room, he's like, this is just the stuff I was able to pack away in my suitcase. And he has this, whole crime lab, chemistry set, shit bubbling, and you're like, this is fucking Batman.
This is indirectly Batman.
Yeah.
Good job.
All right, so Batman 89 versus Batman Begins. So let's start with 89.
How do you start with this to begin with?
Let's start with 89.
All right.
So it's 1989. Comic book movies are not a thing.
Not at all.
Along comes Batman.
Randomly.
Yeah.
With Tim Burton, who's new at this point, right?
Fairly new. I think he's done Pee-wee's Big Adventure. That's about it.
I think that was the only thing he did, wasn't it?
Yeah.
He's done nothing to show the staple that he has in cinema at this point.
Right, yeah.
Because those two movies aren't a good representation of his career.
No, although if you go back now and watch Pee-wee's Big Adventure, you can see a lot of that Tim Burton-esque stuff.
Influence.
Yeah, you really can. If you go back and watch it now, when I was a kid, it was whatever, this is a crazy movie.
This is weird, and it's awkward.
Yeah.
It's is that the one where the trucker did the fucking face thing?
Oh, yeah, Large Marge, yeah.
Be sure and tell him
Matt Damon
sent ya.
Tell him Large Marge sent you.
Great part.
It stands out forever in my childhood for burning itself into my nightmares.
Absolutely. I don't think if there's any kid that was alive when that movie came out. If you say Large Marge, they're like, oh.
Yeah, that part haunted my life.
So, Batman, of course, is Michael Keaton.
I'm Matt Damon.
Which, at the time,
Batman.
he had only done comedies.
Wrong voice. Oh, shit, that was Christian Bale.
Yeah, I'm Batman.
Who's Batman?
He's only done comedies up to this point, so I think casting him in this role was kind of like a
50-50.
Yeah,
he's a known actor, but he's never done a serious role.
Yeah, he's only done comedy.
The comedy did kind of show out in the part where he tried to go crazy on the Joker.
Oh, totally. You could totally hear Beetlejuice in that.
It was so great.
Because he's like, you want to get nuts? Come on! Let's get
nuts.
Now you want to get nuts? Come on! Let's get nuts.
And that's totally Beetlejuice.
Why do I keep Christian Bailing?
I don't know.
I'm Christian Bailing out of here.
So we had Vicky Vale, Kim Basinger.
Who's super 80s hair.
Super 80s hair, but she's also 80s hot.
She's 80s hot.
And apparently had her own wardrobe designer.
I believe that.
I didn't notice it until I watched it the other night, and it specifically in the credits it says wardrobe for Kim Basinger, whoever did her whole thing.
I believe it. Yeah.
She had that Kim money. 80s Kim money.
The Joker, we had Jack Nicholson.
Fuck yeah.
So I think that was as great as Michael Keaton was as Batman, because
if there was anybody that outshined him in the performance.
Oh, absolutely, it was Jack Nicholson. But the thing about Michael Keaton with that movie was always he was the perfect Batman because he was jokey, suave playboy as Bruce Wayne, and then once the suit came on, super serious, tell all your friends about me or I'm going to come back and fucking kill you, Batman. And the other people who played it after him, up to Christian Bale, but you had Val Kilmer, who was just super serious all the time.
Yeah.
Even when he was Bruce Wayne.
He was boring.
And then you had George Clooney, who was super dorky and campy all the time, even when he was Batman.
Super campy. The Bat card.
Oh my God!
Never forget the back credit card.
So I mean, Michael Keaton up to that point was definitely the best Batman ever. Up till Christian Bale, and I think it's debatable.
That's still a huge argument that will never end.
We're gonna have that debate later on.
Oh, fuck me, right?
So Batman '89. Obviously, they changed some stuff from the comics.
You have to.
Joker killed his parents, which didn't happen. So they changed that to give it a little bit more of a story dynamic into it. Which, side note, the young Joker that they got looks a lot like Jean-Claude Van Damme. I don't know how they pulled that one off. Yeah. I've always thought that. Ever since I was a kid, I was like, that's the guy from Bloodsport.
All I can ever think of Bloodsport is, You're the Man Now, dog. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
The drums.
And the drums, yeah.
Sing it. Yeah, it's good times. It's a great website. It used to be.
It's still pretty good.
I don't go there anymore.
It's not what it was, but it's still pretty good.
It was the original meme for internet dorks.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
But, sorry, continue.
My personal love for the 89 was entirely a soundstage. They built Gotham.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
To the effect of they built it on the set of Aliens, which was still standing when they opened it back up.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
How does that work?
Apparently, Aliens, when they shut down, it was the Hive, when the Marines first encountered the aliens.
Yeah.
Then when they shut down, they just never took the set down. So when they were doing the Ace Chemicals thing, they opened the set back up and they went, oh, okay, we're in the wrong movie.
They should have just left it.
They should've
Batman
just filmed
versus
Batman.
Aliens.
Oh, they didn't do that till a couple of years later.
Did they?
In the comics, yeah.
No shit. I didn't know that either. Jesus Christ, I'm out of the loop.
So we have Batman '89. Again, classic movie.
Yeah.
One of the all-time favorites.
It's pretty cut and paste, story-wise. Story-wise.
Now it is.
No, I'm saying story-wise. It's nothing, there's no big, massive revelations or anything, whereas today it seems like Hollywood's like, where's the big plot twist? It's
you can blame Fight Club for that one.
So you got Batman, not blame, we can thank them. Fight Club's amazing. But
every movie has to have a twist after that one.
There's Batman, there's the Joker, they go back and forth, they fight, blah, blah, blah. Batman wins, yay. You can tell because we made it all the way to Batman and Robin. Which is doing better than Fantastic Four.
Yes. So, although the second Batman film in the Tim Burton franchise, I thought was still pretty good.
It caught a lot of shit.
It did, but I still thought it was pretty good.
I thought it was great, but it was just so dark, and people weren't expecting it. And it was like, you have this movie where people are getting killed, like, left and right, electrocuted, blah, blah, blah. And then it's like, buy your fucking Batman Happy Meals. Take these toys and go watch this movie where you watch a woman fall to her death.
Well, so we had the Batman one, Batman Returns, and then sharp decrease after that.
Oh, yeah.
Just went off the cliff, so...
If you said the director's name, I would know it. But
Schumacher.
Thank you. Yeah, the Schumacher Batman movies.
Batnips,
Bat butt, bat crotch.
Never leave the cave without it.
Why were those such a big focus?
Look at that cod piece.
Look at that sweet cod. But, yeah, those movies, super campy, super not good.
Yeah, so
everything about them's bad.
We got a nice long break after those, well-deserved break.
Well-deserved.
And then we have Batman Begins.
And it begins again.
So we have Christopher Nolan coming in to direct it. He's coming off of Memento at this point.
Which was a fucking amazing movie.
Amazing movie. Had he done anything else?
I don't think
anything
so.
else big?
Nothing big.
No.
Memento was the first, dude, and it was like, it was an indie movie pretty much.
Yeah.
Dude, when I saw Memento, it blew my mind. He Quentin Tarantino. He told the whole movie backwards.
Right.
And made the massive revelation what was supposed to be at the beginning of the movie, which is at the end now. And it's like, blew my mind. He did a great job.
Yeah.
Great director.
So Christopher Nolan, Christian Bale is cast as Bruce Wayne / Batman.
Which I didn't like at first.
Okay, talk about it. Why not?
Just the characters he played, he did not come off as Batman. Was it American Psycho?
American Psycho.
Yeah, and you had like Equilibrium. He just, the roles he had been playing all the way up till then just did not seem very Batman.
But he did show that he was a great actor.
He was a great actor.
He almost didn't get it because when he auditioned, he was doing The Machinist.
Yeah.
And he had to drop all that weight for The Machinist.
Yeah, and they have like the side-by-side comparisons from those two movies.
They said he had to gain like 100 pounds to make that movie.
And he did a good job.
Oh, yeah.
He was massive in that movie compared to The Machinist.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So this is an origin story film, but it doesn't feel like a typical origin story, I guess you would say.
No, they did a good job of putting a lot of detail into making it seem like it was its own separate movie, the origin part.
Yeah.
Instead of it just being based around, oh, this is how he comes to be, and then it's like, boom. Now I'm that guy. Because it seems like if you cut that movie in half where the origin part is and where it actually gets into the meat of it, with like Scarecrow and everything, it seems completely different.
It does. I really liked what they did with the movie as far as him starting out, like stuff you just wouldn't think about. Like they really paid attention to detail. They were like, oh, we made this cow for you, but we have to order 10,000 of them so nobody gets suspicious of what we're actually ordering. So he's like, he's never going to use 10,000 of these cows, but they have to order that many. And it's like just little shit like that you wouldn't think about that they paid attention to. But him, basically, one of my favorite parts of the movie, of course, is when he gets busted for stealing the electronics. And they're like, we're just trying to eat. And he's like, tell that to the guy this belongs to. And it shows the box and it's Wayne Enterprises. And it's like, oh, of course it is.
Stealing your own stuff.
Yeah. So that's one of the good parts of the movie. But I thought the movie as a whole was fantastic. I thought Christian Bale did a great job portraying both Bruce Wayne and Batman.
I think he did better as Bruce Wayne than Michael Keaton did.
I would agree.
I think Michael Keaton did better as Batman than Christian Bale.
Because, my premise is...
The Batman voice kills me.
Did he? I don't think he really used it in Begins, though. He didn't really start that until Dark Knight.
Really? You think? Nah.
It wasn't as bad.
Yeah,
it wasn't as bad, no.
Yeah, no.
I'm not wearing hockey pants.
That is one of the best lines in that movie.
It was.
So, yeah,
What gives you the right? What's the difference between you and me?
I'm not wearing hockey pads.
one of the big things they always said that in order for people to not think Bruce Wayne is Batman is he just plays this aloof, not caring playboy. So when he goes into his own party and insults every one of the people that know him,
and then
to the point that they leave.
They did that whole thing at the restaurant where he was like, "Oh, I'm going to buy the building."
Oh yeah,
that was awesome.
The pool is for decoration. I'm buying the hotel.
So, in the end, if I had to choose one over the other,
if you could only watch one for the rest of your life,
I would cry because I can't make that choice. That's a hard one. One of you go. I don't
Begins.
know. Damn,
it Begins.
Because I still have the problem with Begins that I have with a lot of these movies nowadays. Is it's just too fucking long. I don't want to sit in a theater for 3 hours to watch a movie. I got shit to do.
No, that was
that's its big downside.
Dark Knight Rises.
Oh yeah,
that was the 3 hours.
Because there is a lot to Batman Begins. There's it's almost like 3 movies in one at some points.
There is, but I feel like it was told in such a way that it. You know those movies where it's an hour and 20 minutes, and you're like, Jesus Christ, this movie has to be 2.5 hours long. It just drags on. This one is like a brisk hour 45 minutes.
Yeah, by the end, dude, I was definitely like, is this thing fucking over? I want to go home.
No, well, for me,
I love the movie, but by the end,
me.
it was running its pace. So I'm gonna go with the first one. I'm gonna go with Keaton.
You're gonna go with 89?
I'm going with Keaton.
Wow.
All right.
Sorry.
So I think we're all in agreement, though. Best movie ever for both.
Oh yeah, best movie ever for both.
Oh yeah.
I would easily watch any of those again.
I agree. Yeah, but if I had to choose,
any.
I would do Begins.
I would do Returns.
The Penguin?
Yeah.
You're laughing. I want to know if you're serious or not.
No, I'm trolling the shit out of you.
Okay. I'm about to say. All right, so next up we have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Jesus Christ.
Which you had to watch.
Shit my pants.
So you sent me... hold on. We're not going to talk about the first one just yet. You sent me a message on Facebook, and I couldn't tell if you were trying to troll me or not. And you were like...
I kind of troll a lot.
You were like... Dude, I didn't think it was that bad. I'm like, are you fucking serious right now?
It wasn't that bad. I went in with my expectations so low that it worked.
And that was the thing that I was going to ask you. Was the bar set so low that when you saw it, you were like, okay, it wasn't that bad? Is it just because the bar was set so low?
I think it had something to do with it, but honestly, the action in the movie wasn't bad. They did good with the personalities, aside from making them a little too stereotypical. Like the braided fucking Michelangelo beads and shit. I was like, fuck are you thinking?
Alright, so let's go back to the original. Let's go back to the original.
I was about to get into the bad part, too.
Yeah. Alright, so this one, 1989 as well, I believe?
Right around there.
Yeah. So I know we were in 3rd grade when it came out.
Yeah, late 80s, early 90s, somewhere in there.
Oh my god, I'm old.
I'm 33, bud.
42.
Oh shit, you are beating me. That doesn't happen often.
I saw Star Wars in the theater the first time.
You look younger than me. That's a goddamn shame. I'm just old.
So the original, I thought, especially looking back on it now, kind of a massive achievement for practical effects.
It was towards the end of the era.
Because you can go back and watch that now, and the Turtles
still look great.
Everything
great. About that movie still looks pretty damn good.
There's very few parts where you can see like seams in the suit if you're really, really looking, but for the most part, they look pretty damn good.
Go Ninja, go Ninja, go.
Oh, that's the second one.
Go Ninja, go Ninja, go. Go Ninja, go Ninja, go. Go Ninja, go Ninja, go. Go, 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 go.
I know, but still, you're never going to top that part. Vanilla Ice, man.
And cheesiness?
You had Vice.
Yeah. So no, the original one...
Everyone was quick to call me out on that one. Jeez.
So, again, it's, at the time...
Ringtone, by the way.
Thank you.
And all the times we've done this, I've never made him spit out his beer, and you just did it.
I kept it in. It just hurt a lot. As you were saying,
my only experience with Ninja Turtles up to this point was the cartoon and the video games.
action figures.
And the
Don't
action
forget
figures.
the action figures.
Yeah, the video game as well.
Yeah, the Turtle Van.
The shitty Nintendo video game.
It wasn't... I'm going to shut up.
Yeah, shut up.
I thought it was okay.
So that was my only experience. So when this movie comes out and Raphael is dropping damn... And... People are getting their ass beat. They beat the shit out of Raphael in that movie.
Dude, he was like a target in that movie.
Yeah, he was.
He was the Vegeta of the Turtles.
Splinter gets kidnapped. They beat the shit out of Splinter. He's like got cuts and shit all over him. Shredder's just fucking dominating people. And it was like a whole new side to the Ninja Turtles that I didn't know existed at the time.
And what's crazy is if you go back to the comics,
Exactly.
they were actually pretty violent.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say, is that they kind of mixed the TV show and the comics, which the comics I had not read at that point.
I don't think any of us had. Like, nobody even knew that the headbands were all the same color. There you go.
Yeah, the bands were all red.
Yeah.
Which makes the NES cover art make a lot more sense.
Yeah, dude. That blew my mind. I was like, did they really fuck up the basics?
Yeah, I remember being a kid in fucking Ames of all places, and that game was out, and looking at the cover art, and they all had red bands, and I'm like, that's not right. Why would they mess that up?
Well,
now.
The original comic was black and white.
Yeah.
It's been colored now.
Oh, yeah.
Shit, people will buy that shit, no problem. I'd buy it. I want it now, actually. Can we go to Amazon?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Oh, we do it. We'll do it in the break.
Get in the car, we'll drive there. Cool.
We're going to go drive to Amazon.com?
Yeah, Amazon.ca.
There you go. California?
Canada.
Oh, Canada.
Hey, Canada!
Scott Pilgrim, buddy, come on.
That's good times. I haven't seen that movie in a while. It slips my mind.
So, what else did we have in the original Ninja Turtles? We had Casey Jones was awesome.
Casey motherfucking Jones.
Oh my god. What is the guy's
Gotta
name?
know what a crumpet is.
Cricket. Cricket? Nobody understands cricket. You gotta know what a crumpet is to understand cricket.
He's on Law and Order now.
He's on
Christopher Malone or something like that. He's on Law and Order SVU.
Sounds close. I couldn't tell you.
Oh my god.
He was also the Colonel in Man of Steel.
Was he? Holy shit. I did not know that. Oh, Josh is upset and he's leaving.
We're going to IMDb.
Yeah, why don't you just
I'm going to go pull the movie off the shelf.
Talking from the background. That's how we do it. We do
All
it live.
right, let's see. So we have starring
Dude,
Elias Koteas.
We weren't even...
I wasn't even close.
Elias Koteas. He's in a ton of stuff in the 80s. He was in The Prophecy with Christopher Walken. Great movie. He's Casey Jones. I thought they did a great job with Casey Jones. The masks look great.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Everything about the character is pretty fucking good.
Yeah, I would agree.
You had April O'Neil.
So the one thing, I don't know if you can look at the movie negatively at this point because of this, but it started the whole trend of Leonardo and Raphael not getting together or not getting along together. Yeah.
They're not getting together.
They're not getting together.
Their relationship is not working.
They're not getting along, and that is a trend that has persisted through every iteration of the cartoon since then. Through every movie since then.
Yeah, because the original cartoon, they did get along.
Yeah.
There was no problems.
And I don't know how it was in the original comics.
Oh, they all fought it. They argued against each other.
It was a
Not
much
to that
darker place
extent.
for the Turtles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
So Shredder gets his ass beat at the end.
Of course, he gets flipped off by.
Well, first we should say
Splinter with the nunchucks.
Splinter with the nunchucks, but he does beat the shit out of the Ninja Turtles in the process.
That he does.
So the Ninja Turtles don't come out on top, which I actually liked about the movie, is that as awesome as they were, they still couldn't beat this guy. Definitely left room open for a sequel, even though he got smashed in the trash compactor at the end. But
go Ninja, go Ninja, go.
Shut up.
Is it appropriate now, Josh?
Ninja rap, ninja rap, ninja rap. Go ninja, go.
So that was the original Ninja Turtles. And then, so I think
they had two
whatever
sequels.
was
The second one was good. The third one was the biggest pile of shit that's ever been crapped.
I don't know what the fuck they were thinking with that movie.
Cash in.
We need more money.
They probably had leftover props from like a Japanese film, and they're like, "We got the turtle suits."
How did they make the turtle suits look worse than they did in the first movie?
They were so bad. They were talking. Your hand could make better talking motions.
It was
than their mouth
fucking
did.
horrible.
Yeah, I remember watching it as a kid, and even then, because as a kid, you're fucking naive. You'll watch something fucking terrible, and you'll be like, "Yeah, that was great." I watched it as a kid, and I was like, "What the fuck?"
I've seen that movie one time.
I've seen it 4.
I was probably 10 or 11. I'm fine with
as a
that.
kid, I was trying to convince myself I liked it. I was like, "Yeah, this is so bad."
Actually, you know what? The first time I saw it, I remember I was visiting my dad in Florida, and that was on, and then on another channel, The Last Dragon was on.
You watched The Last Dragon, right?
Fucking right I did.
Hell yeah. That's what the fuck I'm talking about.
That was the first time I'd seen The Last Dragon.
That movie's awesome.
That movie's phenomenal.
All right, now let's move to the future. Where
So let's go to this one. So Michael fucking Bay.
Michael Bay wants to make Ninja Turtles. It's not Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles because they're going to be aliens. The world complains.
Alright, so let's start off at the basics. Number one, no practical effects. Not a single fucking one.
Not even. Megan Fox's face is a practical effect.
The turtles are all CGI. Splinter CGI. Shredder CGI.
Yeah.
Jesus fucking Christ.
It's fucking Michael Transformers Bay.
Yes, it
What do you
is.
expect? All he knows is, can we do it in post? There you go. That's him.
So this movie completely changes the origin story.
For the most, yeah, pretty much.
They have to tie it into April O'Neil. April O'Neil is
It's
now...
such a forced backstory.
It
It made my dick hurt.
April O'Neil's father was working on fucking...
Genetics
to...
And it was bring your daughter to work day, and they took her pet turtles and her pet rat because she had 4 turtles and a fucking rat.
That should just happen to paint their shells with the colors.
Yeah,
Yes.
totally. Yeah.
Why don't you just give your kid a fucking dog?
And she named them all.
After artists.
And
Renaissance.
Totally, because when you're 6-year-old, that's
the
important.
first thing you think about is
Yeah.
Michelangelo.
I'm like, no, that fucker's named Vegeta. Your name's Goku.
That would have been me. No shit, I was
She
actually
feeds
very
them
mature.
pizza.
One would have been Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
Rainbow Dash.
It needs to be about 20% cooler.
So
yeah, forced fucking backstory.
It's so forced. Here's pizza. You're my pets.
Her father has a business partner whose name I can't remember at the moment.
I'm the bad guy was his name.
Yeah, pretty much. He decides he wants to steal his research for himself. They set the lab on fire.
They kill the father.
Kill the father. April
Saves the turtles
saves
and
the
the rat.
turtles and the rat.
Her father, fuck him.
Yeah, fuck that guy. Who cares?
Yeah, he dies.
He saves the turtle and the rat, but doesn't quite remember them until she sees them all grown up, and she's like, "Oh yeah, totally.
Why did
Let me
these
go
guys-
watch this videotape that I recorded when I was sick."
It was
oh
so-
yeah, now I remember. I totally named
Why?
it. Yeah.
If they had cut that whole section of the movie out, you know what would have changed?
Nothing.
Nothing. That was a 20-minute long diatribe of nothing.
Pretty much.
Except establishing the villain.
Yeah.
He didn't need to be established like that.
No, not at all.
Whatever. That could have saved a lot of time because that was a long movie.
So she finds the turtles. Basically, the bad guy figures out that the turtles are still alive, that he's going to come steal their blood so he can get all this research back, yada, yada, yada.
Yeah, that's the one part closely connected is she's the one that came back and was like, you remember working with my father?
So this guy is in league with the Shredder, of course, and we should probably mention that the Shredder was added in last minute. Mr. Bad Guy was going to be Shredder. So he was going to be...
That would have been even worse.
I know. He was going to be an American businessman who had this suit that he created, and he was going to be Shredder.
Shredder was supposed to be a robot, wasn't he?
Yeah. There was such a huge backlash over it that they went in last minute and changed the script and actually added in the Foot Clan and Shredder.
Jeez, I didn't realize that because the Foot Clan's part of the whole damn movie.
Yeah, that was added last minute.
Oh, good on you.
Yeah.
It was a good idea.
So Shredder comes in, beats the shit out of the turtles, kidnaps Splinter.
Yeah.
Kidnaps the turtles as well. Or do
all
they
of them
think
except
he
Ralph.
kills Shredder? I don't remember.
Huh?
Or does he think he kills Splinter? I don't remember.
No, they know he's hurt. He needs a mutagen to save his life that Shredder has.
Okay. So he kidnaps all the turtles except for Ralph.
He goes in there and tries to fight Ralph. Wreck-It Raph.
Ralphie!
Wreck-It Raph.
Raph goes in to try to fight Shredder, gets his ass beat.
Yeah, but at the same time, O'Neill is freeing the turtles, gives them that fucking boost of fucking... What was that?
Let's just call it the ooze.
It was basically the ooze.
Alright, so...
adrenaline or something.
For those of you who don't know, if you're ever captured and behind a bulletproof glass casing, apparently all you need is a shot of adrenaline and you can fucking do anything.
You can shatter your chains and burst through that glass.
Get the fuck out of there, and then apparently you're bulletproof at that point as well. You can get shot in the chest and bullets just bounce off of you after that.
Hey, they're shells, man.
No,
they're shells.
They got shot in the chest. And bullets.
They got the shell. It just...
No.
Hey, don't Michael Bay my opinion. You can't do whatever you want here.
No, you have the Michael Bay opinion. Trust me. So then they escape this base. They go down a very steep hill in a semi-trailer.
Look, that part was awesome.
Sure it was. You know what my biggest pet peeve of movie is?
What's that?
They made it.
Not only that. When there's a scene in a movie and they're like, alright, we've only got 45 seconds to do this, and then the scene goes on for 10 minutes. That is my biggest pet peeve in movies. Which
is hard as a Dragon Ball fan.
I can suspend disbelief that there are 4 turtles walking around who know ninjutsu. I can deal with that. But if you're going to tell me this semi-tractor trailer is going to go off the edge of a cliff in 45 seconds, and the scene proceeds on for 10 minutes after that, I have a problem. That is shitty writing.
Namek was supposed to blow up in 5 minutes. It took 7 episodes.
That's because Toriyama kept dragging his feet with the fucking manga, okay?
Look, that's why I'm willing to be able to accept things like that, is because I'm a Dragon Ball fan. It's like, look, it's just a phrase. Did it matter? No.
Alright, so you like that scene. It was 100% CGI.
It was all CGI, but it was just some good action. It's all it was meant for, and it did its job.
I mean, all the bad guys have piss poor aim, like every movie. They have Stormtrooper aim. Yeah.
Sometimes you just gotta shoot the door if you want to kill somebody.
Totally, yeah. They get back to the city somehow in like 5 minutes, because they have like 5 minutes until this bomb explodes. So they get from a snowy mountaintop to the city in 5 minutes. They manage to find Shredder. They go up, and they remember this game they played as children, which was foreshadowed at the beginning of the movie. So if you know anything about a Michael Bay movie, you knew exactly how this was going to end. They were going to do this little game and beat Shredder, which they did. Then there's this metal beam thing that's in between 2 buildings that they're all hanging on to.
The antenna. Yeah. The
yeah.
antenna tower thing.
So it's 4 turtles and April O'Neil all hanging onto this thing as it slides down between 2 buildings. And again, I'll suspend disbelief that 4 Ninja Turtles can hold on to this because they're superpowered. No fucking way April O'Neil's hanging on to that as it slides down the building. I'm sorry.
But she's Megan Fox. She dealt with Optimus Prime.
She does have giant thumbs, and that gives her extra gripping power, I guess. That's all I can assume.
Wait, hold on. Stop for a second.
Okay, we're stopping.
That's for you.
Alright, thank you.
That was a good joke.
Alright. So the movie ends, they show up in the turtle van, they blow up a car for some reason.
They did it for funnies.
Because it's Michael Bay and he needs to blow things up.
You gotta bring the funny.
That was not funny.
It was kind of funny, because Michelangelo was like, still learning his butt and stuff. Okay.
Alright, so yeah, the one thing I will say about the movie, they did a great job nailing the personalities of the turtles.
Yeah.
Stepped over a little bit into stereotypes, but I can deal with that for the most part.
Yeah, they're good.
They did a good job with that. Everything else about the movie, fuck you, I hate it.
I thought the action was great.
No.
Damn.
No.
Not even an argument, just no.
No, just not even just worst movie ever. Not.
Josh?
It is absolutely worst movie ever.
And they're sequeling it.
They are sequeling it.
Best movie ever. Next.
See, that was just out of spite.
No, I actually really liked it, and I'm probably going to end up watching it again.
You know what? The point in the movie where they're like, "Oh, what are you, they're aliens from outer space?" That would be stupid. Look, just because your original script made them aliens from outer space, and that was going to be a thing, and that was
say out of space,
and that was almost a thing, and because you come back and make a joke about it, doesn't make it okay.
Hey, fuck you! They did it in DMC too. That was great. Remember with the wig and he landed on his head, and he's like, "Not in a million years."
Not in a million years.
Yeah.
I thought that was funny. Let them poke fun at themselves.
Worst movie ever.
Best movie ever.
You can only watch one for the rest of your life.
The original. Not a
Original.
chance. There's no. No, it stands no chance.
All right. Nightmare on Elm Street, and we'll try to move this along. We're at an hour and a half.
Yeah, let's just do this one quick. New one is it's stereotypical horror.
Yes.
By that point, they followed all the fundamentals. It did nothing original. It did nothing special.
Nothing.
Terrible idea. And I think the other one I'm about to compare it to is on this list. Friday the 13th did the same thing. The best part about that one was the opening in Friday the 13th almost felt like its own movie, and then it just went into like this super cheesy step-by-step horror movie.
We're definitely going to talk about that. So
the original's fucking great. They're great movies.
The original Nightmare on Elm Street, not only is it's probably my favorite horror movie of all time, it's definitely in my top 10 of favorite movies of all time.
Come to Freddy. Come to Butthead. Come to
Matt Damon.
It's a great movie. Especially when we were kids, that shit fucked me up, dude. Like, I would wake up screaming about Freddy Krueger.
I go back and forth between if it's this one or New Nightmare. That's my favorite. Because
New Nightmare is amazing.
New Nightmare did a lot of psychological stuff that's really scary. Mm-hmm. This one, the original one had a little more blood and gore to it, which made it scary. But, I mean, all right, so we can just get the new one out of the way. Best movie ever, one of my all-time favorites.
Did you say the new one's best movie ever?
Oh, the original. Sorry, the original.
I was like, whoa!
The original Nightmare on Elm Street, best movie ever. One of my all-time favorites.
Yeah, I fucking love it.
So, but I did like the remake because they went more into the Freddy Krueger story.
Okay, so this is what I wanted to get into. No, go ahead.
I like how they brought up apparently what was originally going to be a part of the story, but was apparently taken out because of things going on in the real world with child molesters and everything, because they were going to be like, Freddy Krueger is not just a child killer, but he's a child molester. Then a bunch of stories came out. This is all information I'm receiving off of, what was that movie? Or documentary, do you remember? Never Sleep Again?
Yeah.
That's what they were saying in there. It's like, originally, that's what he was intended to be, and then these stories came out, and they're like, let's just cut that out. But with the new one, they put the original ideas back in. Mm-hmm. That's one thing I did appreciate about the new movie. As you were saying?
Yeah. So, Jackie Earle Haley plays Freddy Krueger.
He did the best he could. But you're fighting one hell of a fan base.
Absolutely. There is nobody that can play that role except for Robert Englund.
And it's never going to change.
However, I thought he did a good job with what was presented with him. And when they announced that casting, I didn't like the Watchmen movie because I thought it was a little too drawn out and a little boring. However, I liked his character in it, Rorschach.
Yeah.
I thought he did a great job with that. I thought he did a great job with that character, so when they announced him as Freddy Krueger, I was like, okay, you know what, I can get behind this. And I thought he did as good of a job as he could have done with what they gave him.
He Christian Baled his voice a lot, but...
Yeah. So, part of the design I didn't like was a lot of the makeup was CGI.
Yeah.
They didn't use, practical effects for the burns and everything like that. They made it more realistic for what a burn victim looks like after a few years,
Or scabbed up.
Yeah, they made it a little more realistic as far as that goes, but overall, I felt like it just didn't work.
I hated the fact that they tried to connect one of the children in the story. Like, it's one of those things like we were talking about before. Why are they shoehorning in these connections?
Right.
Why does this person have to be connected to this person to make it matter?
Yeah.
Fucking hated that.
Wasn't it scary enough that this guy was coming into your dreams to kill you?
Exactly. Oh, we have this terrifying idea. You know it'd be more terrifying? What if she's the original? It's like, no.
No, it doesn't need
They
to
didn't
happen.
need it in the first one. You don't need it now. If you're going to reboot the series, do it right. You don't need to force these connections with people.
So, like you were saying with the how they came back to kind of like how he became Freddy and, explored a little bit more of the backstory before...
Yeah, that he was the correct me if I'm wrong, the caretaker of their daycare.
Yeah.
Their They're preschool. He had his little boiler room, and Heather's his favorite and everything.
Yeah.
I actually like that better than the original where they just...
He's there.
He's there, parents killed him, and
they
now he's
introduced
back.
the backstory slowly over like 6 movies.
Yeah.
So I agree with you as far as that goes, and actually... before they did Freddy versus... Or actually, it was right after they did Freddy versus Jason. They were talking about doing a prequel movie to the first Nightmare.
Fuck the prime time, bitch!
And it was going to have Robert Englund. And he was going to be Freddy before he became the Freddy Krueger that we all know.
I got a boner about that.
I know. And
when you just said that, I had never heard that. That
really?
would have been awesome.
So the whole thing came, the beginning of Freddy vs. Jason, they had that scene where he's in the boiler room and he throws the girl's doll
into the fire.
Into the fire and, puts her picture in the photo album. And he was like, yeah, the studio head saw that and they were like, we should make this a prequel. And I was like, that is a fantastic idea.
That would have been one hell of like a psychological kind of thriller type movie.
I'm hoping with this new reboot that they want to do, that's the route that they take.
I hope they bring back Robert.
Dude, what is he, like 85 now?
Well, if they're not going to go that route about being a prequel and it's going to be a guy with a fucked up face, it's fine. He can pull it off better than anybody.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go with... They use a younger actor to play him, but they dub over Englund's voice.
That would work.
I can do that.
If when they show him in the Freddy Krueger makeup and everything else, you dub in Robert's voice.
I'd be on board with it.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, I want to see...
There you go. TriStar, call 1-800...
Kirk. 1-800-CAPT Kirk.
Now there's somebody sitting there going, TriStar went out of business 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Oh, god damn it. This is New Line Cinema.
No, I want to see the Springwood Slasher prequel. That's what I want to see.
That would be pretty cool.
I would pay for that. That would be...
Take my Moonies.
So I want to see him trying to evade police. I want to see him going to like
how he gets caught.
Yeah, I want to see like town hall meetings where the parents are like outraged and he's in there like, yeah, I'm outraged too. And
this is fucking terrible.
Maybe you see like a 5-year-old Nancy off somewhere like, hey, daddy, look at me, policeman.
That's him. That's him.
Like I want to see that. So I'm hoping
cool.
with this new reboot that they want to do that's the route that they go.
All right.
Original Nightmare, best movie ever.
Yes.
Original Nightmare, yes, best. New Nightmare, I'm gonna go worst.
I'm gonna go best.
You talking about the reboot?
Yeah.
Okay, reboot, yeah, worst movie.
Nah, New Nightmare, that's best movie.
New Nightmare is best, yeah.
That was great.
So yeah, the reboot, worst movie ever.
Sorry, you guys did a great job, but in the end, I have no desire to ever see it again.
The one scene that I did really like in that was the, and it didn't make a whole lot of sense. Well,
it
kind of
running on fire?
No.
That was pretty cool.
Where they're in the pharmacy, and she keeps like falling asleep in the aisle, and it goes in between like the boiler hallway and the pharmacy aisle.
Oh, like her dreams are fading through. Yeah, that was pretty cool.
That was probably my favorite scene in that.
If I had a favorite scene from that movie, it would be towards the beginning where he stood up and just jabbed himself in the neck with that knife and just... because I had no clue what I was expecting from that movie, and that happened. I was like, oh, I'm going to be in for a good time. And then by the end, I was like, well, that let me down.
Yeah. Alright, so on to, as you said, Friday the 13th.
Friday the 13th, original. I wish... You could tell that it was more of a cash grab, just out of the fact that they didn't follow the original backstory when saying they're going to reboot the movie.
Yeah.
If they had combined the two movies, that would have been cool.
Alright, so, like you were talking about, with the reboot for Friday the 13th.
Yeah.
It starts out awesome.
They started so good.
The first 25-30 minutes of that movie are fantastic.
And then the title screen plays.
Yeah.
And then it goes downhill, just straight.
It goes straight downhill. So problem number 1, Jason runs.
Yeah, he never ran in any movie.
So here's my question to you: is what's more scary than a 7-foot-tall, muscular guy in a hockey mask and machete who can only walk but somehow manages to always keep up with you? What's more scary than that? Fucking nothing is more scary than that. He doesn't need to run.
He ran like a friggin' idiot. He just looks stupid.
They're like, oh, the reason he always catches up with people is because he's running through these underground tunnels under Camp Crystal Lake, and it's like,
and that's
guys,
where he's
what are we
holding the
doing
girl
here?
that he kidnapped and blah blah blah.
Yeah, because let's create underground tunnels and right next to a lake. Because
Yeah, that makes
They
sense.
The
won't
water
get
tables
flooded.
don't affect anything.
No, not at all.
Everything about that remake, except for the boobs, was terrible. There's some good boobs. That's the best part about the movie.
Best part about the movie for me is when he got the hockey mask.
That was funny with
Yeah.
the country redneck guy.
Yeah.
And he's like feeling up the mannequin. I was like, what the fuck?
And Jason just straight up cuts his head off, and he's like looking at the mask like, huh. His like severed head is like in his hands, and he's just like looking at the mask like, huh, that would be really cool. And he like takes the guy's head off and then puts the mask on. Yeah.
The one thing that stood out for me, I don't know why. I guess I'm just a child. When the chick is hiding under the dock in the remake and he stabs the machete through,
Yeah.
and when he goes to pull up to get it back, she pops up just high enough to have her boobs pop up and get stuck, and then he pulls it out.
Yeah.
That made me laugh pretty hard. I was like, wow, great job, guys.
They need to release that in 3D.
Just that part.
So this one, if I'm not mistaken, this was produced by Michael Bay.
Was it?
I think it was because
Oh, God.
he produced the Texas Chainsaw reboot.
Well, that explains a lot.
And that did really well, and they were like, oh, we're totally going to do Friday the 13th. So yeah, he was a producer on that as well.
So he's just really good at generic and boobs.
Yeah.
All right.
And fucking shit up.
Fuck shit up.
All right.
Original. We didn't mention anything about it. The original killer is not Jason, it's his mother.
Correct.
Killing people who she felt got her son killed.
Which I think was fine for the time, but obviously Jason is the star of the franchise at this point. So
Oh, yeah, he dominated it.
I was fine with them doing a reboot and going straight to Jason.
But that's what I'm saying. I wish they had combined like the first 2 or 3 movies instead of just basically skipping straight to here he is. So
original. I gotta be honest, I'm not a huge fan of the original.
I was about
I
to
could
say,
kind
it's
of
a
take it
meh.
or leave it.
It's a meh for me.
I go best movie ever.
For the original?
For the original.
Okay. I don't have a mess. I'm going worst.
Oh, for the remake, I'm going worst.
Worst, yeah.
I'm going worst.
I never want to see that.
We
movie
finally
again.
all agree.
All right, so that's it
It's not a
for the
Michael Bay
remakes
movie.
versus original
Actually,
segment.
it was a Michael Bay movie, according to him.
Yeah.
So it was. Oh.
So yeah, first time we did that segment. What do we think?
It's over?
Yeah.
I had fun with it, and there's so many more we can do.
Absolutely.
I want to do something like comparing to a 3-way, Alien, Predator, and Alien versus Predator.
Oh, Jesus
Comparing
Christ.
those, that'd be kind of cool.
That's
Holy
a whole episode
shit.
right there.
I know, right?
I'm just saying, that's a cool idea. It's something that could fall in line with past and present. That's a great fucking idea. No, it's not. Cut it out of the show.
You're
I'm
doing the
editing.
editing.
That means it's going to be there.
It's going to be in there.
So I don't even fucking pay attention to what I do.
All right, so we're going to take our last break. We'll come back. We'll get into Nerdgasms.
We'll Nerdgasm and we'll wrap up. And when you're going to gasm, make sure you wrap up.
Things go well, I might be showing her my O face. Oh.
Yeah, wrap that gavel up, B.
Oh my god, I'm so having a nerdgasm.
We have returned to bring more stuff up, talking about nerdgasms.
I need a towel.
Oh, we're back on the towel. We're back on the show.
Yeah.
Here we go.
All right, Nerdgasms.
Do you have one?
I do. I have like 5. I gasmed all over the place.
Jesus Christ, the room is filled.
There was a ghost. There's ectoplasm. Did you see the ghost? It ran through here. It slimed me. No, that wasn't me. That was a spooky ghost.
So first one, Movie Bob.
Oh my God, you just want his dick.
I do. 'Cause let me tell you what. No, he did his Fantastic Four review, and he fucking nailed it again. And
He's just knocking him out of the park left
He
and right.
is, because he argues his point in such a eloquent way that even if you wouldn't agree with him, even if you went in and you were like, Fantastic Four wasn't bad, you hear his argument and then you're like, dude, you're probably right. Like, that's
He could
how
change
good
your
he is.
opinion.
He could.
He'd be like, man, this movie was great. You watch his review and you're like, it was shitty. You're right.
So there's that. Dota 2. So I was watching some of the tournament, as I was saying. They previewed a new feature. They were doing a all-star 5 versus 5, and at the last second they were like, did we say 5 versus 5? We meant 10 versus 10.
What?
Yeah, because all the MOBA games are all 5 versus 5.
5 versus 5. There's
Yeah.
no such thing as a 10 on 10.
Exactly. So they were like, starting next week, you're going to be able to play 10 versus 10. So they did.
Wow.
They did 5 pros on each team, and then they did 5 randoms on each team. So they actually picked people out of a crowd. So it was 10 on 10. It was insanity. So, like, most matches end with, like, 24 kills on one team versus, like, 20 on another, like, something like that.
Pretty close, usually.
Yeah. This one, 105 and, like, 94. It was ridiculous. So
it's because the randoms are probably just like, oh, somebody, I'm going to kill him.
No, it was, dude, it was nuts. But
I'm going to have to check that out, because I haven't even heard about that.
Check it out, because...
Check it out.
See, I don't even want to say a little bit about what happens during the match.
Don't say what happens, just say some madness happened.
Some madness happens. Check it out.
All right.
Dogs, cats living together. Mass chaos.
Yes. Mass hysteria.
Oh, what is that from?
Think about it.
Oh, don't do this to me.
Think about it.
I don't want to think.
Think about it. It's going to get a reboot soon.
Don't say that.
Tell them about the Twinkie.
Huh?
Tell them about the Twinkie.
Tell them about the... I can't figure it out. I'm sorry.
That's a big Twinkie. So we'll come
Wait,
back.
it's Ghostbusters.
Yeah!
Yeah! I've
Yay!
watched the movie. Oh, it took me that long. I'm so disappointed in myself.
Football season's coming back soon.
Fuck yeah. Why'd you take my gasm?
Hard Knock starts on the 11th. So 3 days, 4 days?
3 or 4 days from now when this is going up.
So Hard Knock starts on the 11th. It's going to be the Houston Texans, which... I never care about the teams that are on it, but it's always interesting to me, like seeing what goes on behind the scenes. So I'm a fan of the show. I'm happy it's coming back. Can't wait.
It's like that 24/7 series that HBO was doing for hockey for a while, which I don't think they get to do anymore. That was really cool.
Yeah, same sort of deal. We haven't talked about comics in a while because I figure, with Secret Wars going on, I could talk about it, but I don't want to spoil anything for anybody, and it's really hard to talk about it without spoiling something. So all I'm going to say is, if you're not checking it out, go check out Old Man Logan. It's one of my absolute favorite stories in comics ever. So it's a Secret Wars tie-in. Again, I don't want to talk about it without spoiling anything, but if you're into comics at all and you want to check it out, I definitely recommend Old Man Logan. It's great.
All right.
Last thing I have is Never Sleep Again.
Fuck yeah!
We were just talking about it.
It's a great documentary, man.
It is, and it chronicles Nightmare on Elm Street from the beginning to the reboot.
My favorite one is when they talk about Nightmare 2.
That is pretty good, I'm not going to lie.
It's so hilarious watching the guys sit there going like, I didn't think it was gay.
Oh no, we wrote it as gay.
Yeah. It's a 4-hour documentary, but...
Hey, it's something good to put on before you go to bed.
Yeah, exactly.
It's the Nightmare Demon. That's what you talk about.
No, the last 2 nights...
That's how I watch it.
Yeah, I've put it on before I've gone to sleep. So.
And then you just go back to where you might have... Where you're like, okay, this is a good spot.
Yeah.
You just keep going. It's good. That'll keep you over for a week.
Yeah, it's on Netflix right now, so if you have Netflix, go watch it. It's called Never Sleep Again.
Check that shit out, B. Wrap that gavel up, B. You threw the notes.
I did throw the notes.
It's like dropping the mic, pretty much. Do
David.
you have any?
I actually have 2.
Oh.
Building on what Josh said, the Secret Wars, Renew Your Vows from Spider-Man.
Yeah, I've heard. I haven't picked it up yet, but I've heard it's good.
I gave up on Spider-Man years ago, and I started back up with it. Basically, I just told the comic store everything that says Secret Wars on it, pull it, and put it in my box. So
I made that mistake one time.
And then September 15th is the return of Doctor Who.
Yeah, there's a lot of buzz about that, too.
Yep. Now, if they just get rid of that freaking the current companion, so...
Dalek. All right. David,
I know nothing about Doctor Who, I can say that. I know I have friends who watch that shit religiously. And maybe one day I should give it a chance because apparently it seems to be the shit.
It's pretty good. Pretty good.
But for me, I'm gonna go fucking Nerdgasm on this.
Matt Damon.
And I got hockey coming back soon. I got football coming back soon. Totally stoked. I haven't had sports in a long time.
Yeah, baseball is like, what the fuck is baseball?
Baseball is what you have when you got a 12-pack and nothing else on TV.
No, even then, I'll go find something. I don't know what baseball is.
No, I go watch anime.
Yeah. So yeah, you're wearing your Cooley jersey?
Oh, fuck yeah, dude. I'm getting so stoked for the season.
It's coming, man. It's coming.
I love being a Redskins fan because at least it only takes a quarter of the season before I realize we're terrible.
Yeah, there's always like those teams where the Browns have a little bit of hope. Like they take like halfway through the season before they realize
we do it. We're good at fucking terrible.
Yeah, quarter through the season, it's Titanic music. It's going down.
It's like you go from talking about how hopeful you should be about the season to be like, man, I can't wait to see what we fuck up this week. On the next episode of Redskins. But, yeah, that, and we got the Capitals coming back. No Mike Green this year.
Yeah.
That's a shocker to me. I really didn't expect them to just be like, see ya.
I thought they were going to do that 2 years ago. But, yeah.
Well, either way, it's another season, another year. We have a new superstar to be Russian. Why are we so Russian-oriented?
Because we're trying to rush into a Stanley Cup. I don't know.
Hey, it's very true. We have been trying to. It's not working. But
yeah.
Other than that, again, I'm going to have to go on a musical note, is the new Dr. Dre came out, the new Ninja Sex Party came out, and the new Hobson came out. Love all of them.
I'll listen to one out of the three of those.
Ninja Sex Party?
Woo! You got it. Ding, ding, ding.
Welcome to Attitude City. No fucks are given.
Hold on. There.
Nice job. Good job. I hope that registered well. But yeah, I've been listening to all three of those like pretty much religiously. I like all of them a lot. So, and being somebody that does what I do, I drive a lot, so I listen to a lot of podcasts, I listen to a lot of music. So it's pretty much just been music podcast. So it's Dre, Hobson, Ninja Sex Party. By the way, I was listening to it on the way here. Ninja Sex Party knocked it out of the park. Great album.
You want balloons? Well, we fucking got them.
Those are mine. If I had to have another, I'd say it's probably...
I mean, don't force yourself on the gasm, because you can really hurt yourself.
Sometimes you gotta really rub one out, you know?
I know, but you can hurt yourself forcing the gasm, so...
if this is posted by me in time, and you're listening to it when it gets downloaded, they're doing top 16 tomorrow for that tournament I told you about for Street Fighter 4.
Yeah.
So there's going to be the top 16.
Is it Texas Showdown? I would assume.
No, Texas Showdown was the one I was watching before I came.
Oh, okay. All right.
So there's two tournaments going right now,
Gotcha.
and they're both doing their top 8s tomorrow.
Okay.
Well, one's doing top 16. I didn't watch the rest. I'm guessing they're going to do top 8 tomorrow. So, either way, there's going to be lots of Street Fighter to watch this weekend.
All right. Sounds good.
It's better than fucking TV.
Better than fucking baseball.
Everything's better than baseball. I've tried to get into baseball. It just doesn't work.
It's so fucking boring.
It's 30 minutes of excitement crammed into a 3-hour game.
Basically. It's like NASCAR. I'd be into it if it was just the last 10 laps. I don't want to watch the other 200.
Oh, man. Are we making a right turn yet? Jesus Christ.
I'm just saying the highlight of your production shouldn't be when people get into accidents and almost die.
People might die. Excitement.
It's like, that's why people love football. Somebody could get hurt at any time. For NASCAR, it's got to be like, somebody's going to fuck this turn up. And a lot of cars are going to go flipping around. It's like, I mean, I think it's cool. I think NASCAR is pretty cool. I don't watch it. I'll watch like the last 10 laps so I know who won, just because people like it.
All right. Well, I'm wrapping this shit up, B.
Wrap that shit up, B. Let's go Redskins.
Woo!
You can say yours. Go ahead.
No Lions.
No Lions?
No.
Oh, whoa. Whoa, why no Lions?
Matt Damon.
because I grew up with them losing constantly. We just go with we're getting the first draft pick.
All right, let's go Redskins.
Calvin Johnson, woo!
Fuck the Cowboys.
Day